I've streamed. But just to give you an idea of what's going on, first off, you'll see if you've got your sheets or whatever in front of you, we have, how many is it? 29 groups of 10.
16 seeds.
So that's 290 players plus 16 seeds. So roughly 306 players all up to auction off tonight. So there's 29 groups of 10. So if you buy any of those groups, you've got 10 horses running for you. So, and believe me now, more often than not, 3 or 4 of these people in the last 8, the people that...
Hold up, we've got an issue. There is no sound apparently. She's on mute? No, it's all good here.
Jack's on antibiotics for whooping cough.
Master. It's a little shit like that. Okay. Oh, now I won't let you start it again.
So what's happened? None of that was actually live? There was no one could hear anything?
No, it was all live, but the sound...
They can see you talking about like a Charlie Chaplin.
Uh-huh. Oh, it would have been good in the silent movies.
There you go. Steve, looking good, JR. On YouTube, sound is fine. Stand same. It's the Facebook of this one.
Okay, we're going to have to go to YouTube. We're live on YouTube.
Right.
So you tell them all subscribe if you can all go to YouTube.
Well, they're not going to be able to hear me, are they? If they can't hear me, it's no good me telling them. I think I think Velo's going to have to write something on the stream saying you need to go to live on
CueballTV,
YouTube.
Where am I like that?
On Facebook.
On your Facebook page or whatever.
We tell them.
So that Geelong Open 25 chat that we can see, they can't get any volume on that. Is that it?
Yeah. Because that's 10 minutes ago. So
Yeah.
we did start.
Turn up volume a bit.
Oh, that's good because you're probably good.
Any strippers?
If I click at all in that chat, will that get to everyone?
Sponsored by Titleist again. Someone's on the board. They've got me sponsored by Titleist. Who is it? Tails, is it?
No. Yes. No, Jamo.
What's Jamo? Is he admin or something? What's it come up?
You're on. So is he on your YouTube channel? Dan?
What's that?
Is he on the YouTube channel live or not?
Yes.
All right, so we are live. I can.
Yeah. You're live on YouTube. Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 Geelong Open Calcutta. For whatever reason I don't know, but the Facebook Live page is the one that's not working. Is that right, Bello? Facebook Live page, you can't get the volume for some reason. So if you go to the YouTube, CueballTV on YouTube, you'll get the audio. Right, so all I want to do for a start off, welcome everybody here and let you all know the breakdown of the prize money. As per usual with all the Calcuttas I've ever been involved in, whatever the grand total is, at the end of that 10% comes out for admin, which 5% goes to a non-profit organisation and the other 5% goes to the expenses involved in doing it. Once that 10% comes off the top, the remaining amount, 100% of it, 40% gets paid out to the purchaser of the winner, 20% for second, 10% third, 10% fourth, and 5% for each of the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th places. So there's 8 payouts down to the final 8 in the Calcutta. Now, just to give you a breakdown of what happened last year, the latest figures that we can work on from last year. Last year, the total of the Calcutta was $24,000. Now, off the top of that came the 10% for administration and non-profit organisation, which took 2,400 off that total, bringing it down to 21,600. That was paid out as follows. First prize payout was $8,640. Second half that $4,320. Then 10% third and fourth, which was $2,160 for each spot. And fifth to eighth was $1,080 for fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. So the total of that payout was $21,600 out of the grand total bid of $24,000. So as you can tell just by those figures, we do get things happening here. And if, for example, you were to purchase one of these fancied players for $1,000 or so, you would actually be getting somewhere around about, in the old scale, 15 to 2 or 7.5 to 1 about your odds of that person winning. Now, that's not just like in a normal horse race where you get 7.5 to 1 about them winning. You're actually getting 7.5% concession, because even if they run second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh or eighth, you still make money. So they only have to make the top 8. If you bid $1,000 for someone, even if they finish 8th, you're still getting back $1,080 and have made money. So, yeah, feel free to, if you've got a bit to spend, don't be shy on having a fair dinkum decent bid. So over and above that, we'll get straight on with the groups. If Valo wants to bring that up for us. Right, so we're right to go yet? What numbers have we got? How many have you got, Dan?
Yeah, I got 60 or so.
I've
just fixed the other one, so we should be live on Facebook as well.
There's 60 odd live on one of the streams, and there's more on the other. So hopefully we've got a fair number, and there's more joining all the time. But
we'll work out which one we're doing, otherwise, because we're going to miss bids. Well, I've got the YouTube chat up here. Yeah.
So apparently you can bid on either of the two sites, the CueballTV or on the Facebook Live page. So what we're going to do, we're going to get straight into Group 1, and we're going to start off. So Group 1, we start with Dale Watson, Philip Mizik, Stephen Hargraves, Darren Starwinder, Jeffrey Perkins, Shane O'Brien, Adam Sawalski, Eamon Breen, Vo Julik and Danny Julik. So that's Group 1. There's your 10 players in Group 1. Can we, someone got just $100 or something to start that off, and we'll take your $50 bids from there. So Dale Watson and co. Well, I've got $100 to start Group 1 off if we want. So $100 we've got for Group 1. There is a little bit of a lag in the process here. It's probably a 5-second lag between you actually bidding and us being able to see the bid. So be aware of that. If you do bid, don't expect us to call it out straight away. There might be a few seconds lag. What I can also tell you is quite often there's a lot of bargains early in these Calcuttas. For example, some of the early groups go really cheap, and then when people see how big the totals got to, they realise some of these were extremely good value. So hence that's why I say to a lot of people, get in on some of the early groups and have some bids, because if that same group is going up later on, you might be paying 2 or 3 times that amount.
We'd like to thank all their sponsors. That's not it. Thank all the sponsors.
Who are they?
You can name them.
What do they got one over here?
What's this? Yeah. Oh, that's just a chat. It's still live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right, apparently we're still live, but we are having a couple of technical problems.
Making the bets, make it on YouTube.
Kevin's just remind me to thank all the sponsors, All Star Pool Tables, Slate Pool Lounge.
Scotty Parker's 200. Dale already bid 200. Oh, Dale Watson 200.
Right, we've got $200 from Dale Watson, which I was pretty sure would happen anyway, but that's, as I say, that's extremely cheap. I'd expect most of these groups should be going up around the $500 mark. As I say, you could be looking at $8,600 sort of thing, which it was last year for the winner. So, do we have?
200.
Yeah, we've got Dale 200. So at the moment, the leading bid is Dale Watson on his own group, $200.
And we'll give it a couple of minutes so people can.
Yeah. So most of these groups are going to be giving you an extra 60 seconds or a minute or something before we actually close the bidding off, because there is a bit of a lag. But if you are interested in bidding, please jump in and have your bid, because the last thing we want to see is people missing out, because there's extreme value here in these early groups.
We're starting the knockout comps next Friday because that's when Geelong is, so that they want to be there at 7.
Yeah,
We're just filling in
oh,
time.
you found it?
This is on YouTube.
Oh, that's a YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
And you've got to
So we'll take your $50 bids if anybody's out there. Otherwise, Dale Watson's leading the bidding at $200 on Group 1.
Rob Bowen.
$250 with Rob Bowen, very good judge, the current Victorian captain. $250 we have for Group 1. Going once, twice. No, I'm only joking. We will give you a few seconds with the lag.
Oh, sorry, 250.
250 we have with Rob Bowen. There's a few good players in this group too, so you're not just bidding on Dale Watson. A few handy players, as you'll find with most of the groups. We have the tournament organiser Julik in the group as well, and his wife Danny.
300.
300 we have.
Watson.
Dale Watson. Still extremely good value. As I said, I'd expect most of these groups to be going for $500, but you get some bargains early. $300 we have at the moment for Dale Watson. For Group 1.
So my calculations are $30 a player to win around $8,000.
Yeah. So you got 10 horses running for you for $300. It's not bad value. If you are one of the other players in this group, don't be frightened about having a bid on it, because you can always sell half of it back to Dale Watson. All right, are we happy with, we've got 300 with Dale. We're going to be knocking this down in a second, so be quick. Here's your 60-second warning. $300 we have for Group 1 with Dale Watson, and we're on last call.
325.
Is that a bid?
Well, yep.
325 we have for Dale Watson. From Danny Julik. All right.
There's no caption closed for deaf.
There's no caption, what?
Someone's put a...
They're deaf people.
They can see the bid.
They can see it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they can see all the names.
Yeah,
The comments.
they don't need to know Braille or anything, because they can actually read it.
Please look at bids on comments.
Right, 325 is the leading bid. $325 we've got for Group 1.
Dale
Dale Watson, $400.
Oh, under.
Dale Watson, $400. We're going to give you a 60-second warning to make up for the lag, and then we're going to be knocking it down. So Group 1, $400 for Dale Watson. If you are going to bid, please bid very quickly. You can follow this also by the comments on the stream. All the bids are showing up on there.
Yeah, I'm watching the chat on Facebook.
There's no other bids on there, Danny?
No, someone typing something, but
We've got Dale.
Dale at 400 at the moment, and that's it, is it?
Jamo.
Tell Jamo to lose his typing finger.
He can't help himself.
All right, $400 we have for Dale Watson, Group 1, going once. You've all checked it, no other bids. Going twice, and sold to Dale for $400. Right, we'll get straight into Group 2. Group 2, we've got Patrick Hood. Always goes well in this comp. You got yours truly, JR, Tony White, Gavin Smith, Cody Cairns, Rick Stray, Dallas Nugara, Trey Merlot, Lou Gugovsky, and Kira Sloges. So Group 2, I'll start the bidding off with $400. So we've got $400 for Group 2. $400 going once, twice. No, we will give you a couple of seconds. $400 is the bid on Group 2.
400.
What's that?
This is JR. This is JR. You got to write JR 400. So they don't.
We've got Jack Phillips 100, and we've got David Biden 200, and JR bid 400 straight up. So $400 is the current bid on Group 2.
Did you buy it? Did you buy it because of Drake's training partner?
Who's that?
Number 10.
Oh, Karen, no.
still 400.
All right, $400 we have for Group 2. We're going to give you a 60-second to make up for the lag.
450, Rob.
450 of Rob Bowen. I've got 500. 500 we have. 500 we have for Group 2. Lee Raynon, hoodie on his home ground, hard to beat. Yes, that's a fact. Dave Bryden, you can do better, JR, 450. I've already gone 500, David. All right, $500 we got. We're going to give you a 60-second warning. Group 2, we have $500.
550,
Rob Bowen, $550. Once again, 60 seconds from now. Rob Bowen, we have $550. Unless you want to go halves. Right, we've got 600 from Velo. Velo and JR Syndicate. 600's the current bid on Group 2. As I say, you'll see later on how good a value some of these early groups are. Patrick Hood, multiple state representative, plays at Slade all the time. It's his home ground, always goes well in this tournament. But I'm happy to knock him down for $600. You've got 60 seconds, and we're going to be knocking him down if there's no further bids. This is Patrick Hood, JR and Co. on Group 2, $600. 600 going once. Steve Pottinger, I'll go thirds if you want.
That's fine. I'll do the 60 seconds, right?
we got
Otherwise it'll be...
we got a week to work the syndicates out.
All right, 20 seconds.
Right, $600 going twice. Group 2, $600 we have. About to knock him down, 10 seconds. You've checked everywhere, that's it.
You're right.
Right, the 60 seconds is up. So, Group 2, $600 going once, twice, and hang on, we've just got $650 from Jamo. Jamo, who's been too busy making all the comments to actually put a bid in,
No, you've been texting Rob Bowen.
has to keep waiting. So we've got the Bowen and Jamo syndicate against the Velo and JR syndicate.
Potsy. You got Potsy there as well, don't you?
Well, he's got 650. We better go 700 then. Yeah. All right, looks like we've got 700 for the local syndicate.
We can go to mine on that.
$700 we have. It's against Jamo with his infinite wealth and wisdom, and his sidekick Robbie Bowen, who started all this.
And 60 seconds to go.
And 60 seconds we'll give you. Group 2, we have $700. It's still extremely good value. Group 2, $700. And we've got 30 seconds. We do have it on a clock here, so when I say 60 seconds or 30 seconds, that's according to our clock.
And remember, there is a delay.
Yeah, that's to make up for the delay.
5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's $700 for Group 2, going once, twice, and sold for $700. All right, Group 3. We've got Paddy's better brother, Ben Hood, Trent Reinheimer, Bart Salter, Scott Fraser, Bernard Cosin, Marchie Hammy, Cam Lawless, Chooka Brooks, Alex Sumner, and Ashley Reinheimer. So Group 3, what do we got to start for Ben Hood's group? Brother of Patrick. Someone got a couple of hundred just to kick us off, get us going.
Jack stuck 50 in.
Jack Phillips has started with 50. $50 for 10 players. That's $5 a player, you reckon, Jack? Good luck with that.
200, Ashley.
200 we've got with Ashley Reinheimer. I think Trent's increased their pocket money. 200 we have with Ashley. Ashley's, I don't know if she's bidding on herself or her old man, but $200 we have for Group 3.
She'll bid, she'll ask her old man for the money.
Dale Watson, what did they go for?
Dale Watson went for...
Was it 450 or 400?
400 I've got.
400?
Yeah, it'd be 400, 700 and 200 at the moment, makes 1,300 total.
Who was the next one?
Ben Hood at the moment, we've got $200 for Group 3.
What was the next one?
It was 700 for...
700?
Yep. Right, Group 3, $200 we've got. We've got to get through a lot of groups here, so 60-second warning on that. Group 3, $200, extremely cheap, but we do have to get through a few. So if you want to bid, please bid quickly. Jamo's 60 is not going to hold up against Ashley's 200, so try again, Jamo. Right, Group 3, we have $200, 30 seconds.
Multiple state rep.
Yeah, Trent Reinheimer, multiple state rep at the Nationals.
And Wanda Thursday night Blomcom singles.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was for New South Wales, not Victoria. Damn, my 100 better than his 200. All right, $200 we got for Group 3, going once, twice, and sold for $200. Right, Group 4, we've got Eki Lakthong, Dakota Cook, Lee Middleton, Michael Wright, Mick Cracknell, Terry Moore, Tony Begovic, Jason Datschenko, Chad Mitchell, and Colby Poole. Just for those that don't know it, Colby Poole, for example, number 10 in that group, is the current Australian number 1 ranked female in 8-ball. So she's the current Australian women's singles champion and the current number 1 ranked female in Australia. So we've got a fairly good group here.
Jack 100.
Right, we've got $100 to start with Jack Phillips. Jack Phillips is actually bid $100 for every single entry, yeah.
150.
We've got 150 from Matthew Sheedy,
There's 200 for Jamo.
200 from Jamo. It's not bad here. You've got Eki, Dakota and Colby, let alone 7 other fairly handy players. Mick Cracknell, Tony Begovic on his day can play a bit too. Jason Dachenko, yeah, Chad Mitchell, yeah. There's some pretty handy players here. So, as I say, there's a lot of good value in some of these early groups. Right, so we've got $200 at the moment for Group 4.
Yep, still the same.
$200 exceptional value here. Very good group for $200. We've got $250 from Velo. $250 from Velo we have. I'll call a 60-second warning. Group 4, Eki, Dakota, Colby and Co. We've got $250, some really good value here. $250 going once, 30 seconds. Group 4, 250 going twice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and sold for $250, Group 4. Right, on to Group 5. Paul Pike, a recent major winner at Albury. Dan Lynch, who's been in a couple of semi-finals recently. Dion Moore. Stephen Brosnahan, who's been breaking and potting out more often than just about anybody. Andy Bunting, Tony Jollett, Peter Harvey. Is he from Canberra? Peter Harvey, Canberra. Steve Shedden, AJ Holland, and Belinda Burke.
I got 200.
So Group 5, we've got a couple of hundred to start off with Dan the Man. He's one of about 5 in this group that can play. Paul Pike, Dan Lynch, Dion Moore, Steve Brosnahan. Yeah.
20 top.
Holiday 220, Bryden 250.
Dave Bryden, Steve Halliday 220, Dave Bryden 250. 250 we've got. Someone bid 400 and you'll just about knock this group over. 260 with Jamo. Jamo's a bargain hunter, so you know there's good value here. Group 5, some real good value in this group.
Bryden, 300.
300 we have for Group 5. We've got a major comp winner in this group.
Percentage adds up to 110%.
110% there with the admin.
Yeah, for whoever put that comment on there, the 10% comes off the top. Once the 10% comes off the total, then we're talking about out of the remainder, the 100% is broken down. Of the remainder is 40, 20, 10, 10, and 4 lots of 5. So 10% off the top, and then 100% of what's left over is broken down into those percentages. So that's why somebody's put the comment there, adds up to 110%.
That's Lee Gilpin.
I thought Lee Gilpin was a little bit smarter than that, but anyway, he's been to a few comps. he might be having one of them bad days. But anyway, I hope you get better. Hope you get well soon, Lee. Anyway, back to the business. What do we got? 260 was it with Jamo? 300 we have. 300 with Bryden. Still exceptional value here. 300, but we do have to get this moving. So $300 we've got with Bryden. $300, and we'll put it on the 60 seconds. $300 going once. It's a very good group 5. $300 going twice. Right. 300 going once, twice, and sold for $300. All right, group 6. And as you can see, the running total already is nearly up to $2,000 just on 5 groups, averaging $400 a group, so well and truly up where we were last year. Group 6, we've got Justin Allen, affectionately known as Pommy, Jack Couchman, son of the legend, Gary Dew, Alex Allen Barkis, the richest crop grower in Werribee, Adam Couchman, the sire, Colin Colenso, another top Geelong player, Kiki Singh, Mark Clifton, Gene Laboratory, and I mean that nicely, and Peter Robson. What a great group this is. This is a very, very good group. Group 6, a lot of good players in this group. Group 6, who's going to start this with 300? Group 6, with Justin Allen leading off, but some very other accomplished players in the group as well.
Jamo, 300.
300 we have with Jamo. Now, I don't know which 3 or 4 of these he's got in his stable, but there is some very good players here. Most of you wouldn't have even, unless you're a Geelong local, you wouldn't have heard of Colin Colenso or seen him play, but I can tell you right now, he's very, very handy.
The last 4 in that big $50,000 comp.
Right, we've got to keep this moving along, so we're going to put a 60-second call up there. $300 we've got. 1 bid from Jamo, and believe me now, if Jamo sticks his hand in his pocket, he's got to have a long hand, but it means serious business. There's some people in here that can play the game. So Jamo at $300, going once. He's even referred to group 6, so he knows what he's buying. There's no mistakes here. Jamo at $300, going twice. $300 on group 6, going once, twice, and sold to Jamo for $300. It's a good buy. Some extremely good value going on here. Group 7, we've got Greg Sandercione, Jake Brazenhall, Kyle Wilson, Dinesh Patel, Marco Bulick, Matt Baker, Robert Crollan, Duncan Tung, Andrew Liu, and Shell Eaton. Well, I know just about every player in this group, so once again, there's some very good value in this group. Some very, very good players. One particular player here I used to play for quite a bit of money 40 years ago.
What's up, man?
Right, so group 7. Do we have a couple of hundred to start group 7? As I say, there's some bargains here, and a couple of hundred here will buy you a really good group.
Matthew Sheedy, 100.
Matthew Sheedy, we've got 100 to start. $100 we have. We'll take your $50 bids, but this really should be at least 200 or probably a bit more, to be honest, but $100 we have, and we've got to get through it. So You're on a 60-second warning.
So Anthony Hill,
150
Trent Reinheimer, $150.
we got Anthony Hill 350. This is on the Facebook.
Group 6.
Anthony Hill, that's
Too
Hill.
late. That was group 6.
Oh, that was group 6, was it?
That was on Facebook, but we're doing it on Cuball.
Unfortunately, group 6 has been sold, so sorry, Hilly, you've missed out there.
I didn't see that. I'm on the.
Only just got that feed up.
That's only just come up now, so you're way behind the action. I don't know if there's a longer lag than we expected, or...
No, because
No, it's on Facebook.
I didn't realise there's anyone watching on Facebook, but they are now. They're commenting. So I've got both of the chats up now.
So what are we doing about group 6?
We're leaving it.
Leave it as sold?
Yeah.
We can go back to it.
At the end of the groups, if we have to.
Finish this one first and we'll go back to it.
That 350 only just came up like 2 minutes
After
ago.
you.
So how long was the lag then?
It says 3 minutes now, but it was 2 minutes when I first saw it. And I thought that was a fair bit after
me
it
too.
started.
It was, mate.
Yeah,
It was.
I think it's too slow, unless we keep getting recurring problems like this where they're...
Well, that was the first one on Facebook though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, Hilly's up in Horsham, that's why...
And maybe just tell them to anybody wanting to make a bid, do it on the YouTube.
Yeah, look, if you are bidding, everybody, it appears YouTube is quicker. So, when we do knock them down, we have to.
Anyway, Trent's got 150 on YouTube.
Got it, yeah.
All right,
Got it, yeah.
we've got 150 from Trent Reinheimer for Group 7. It is Group 7, $150, and it's on a. There's 175 from Matthew Sheedy, 175 from Matthew. And we're going to put it on a 60-second call because we are taking up a bit of time here. We do realise there's a lag, so if you're going to bid, especially some of these earlier lots, I know there's great value here, so please get your bids in. We don't like seeing people miss out. Matthew's got the current bid at 175, and you're on a 30-second warning. So Group 7 going once for 30 seconds. Here's 200 from Velo. $200 we have from Velo on Group 7. Group 7, there's a lot of handy players in this group actually. $200 we have, and as I say, this is exceptional value for 10 players. $200, $20 a player. Unbelievable value. Jake Brazenhall can play, Kyle Wilson can play.
Croatian Open in 1947.
Right, we're on a 30-second call, going once on Group 7. Velo at $200 at the moment. 250 from Hilly. Hilly's jumped on board. We got you this time, mate. All the way up in Horsham. It's not that we've got a lag there, it's just the people up in Horsham are a little bit slow. Anyway, $250 we've got from Hilly. 30-second clock's been activated. $250 for Group 7. Going once. Group 7, $250 going twice. And Group 7 is sold at $250 to Anthony Hill, or Hilly as we know him. Oh, this thing's got, has this lost its battery or something? Because it faded out and then...
There's a button on the side.
On the side.
On the top. On the top. Or on the bottom.
The other side? Got it?
There is a button up there, but it's not doing anything.
Underneath, there could be just volume.
Nothing's happening with it. There is a button up there. Or someone's going to have to put it up.
Let me try.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Yeah,
Two
yeah.
slabs, two slabs.
Yeah. All right, so here we go on to Group 8. Group A, we've got Matty V, Chase Daly, Simon Bowman, Stephen Vella, Matt Sheedy, Nick Maltus, Rob Scarsell, Greg Ellison, John Luxo, and Joey Tome. So that is Group 8. Some handy players here. All these groups have got some very good players in.
Rob Bowen's offering his services.
Rob Bowen, just look out, mate. You might get old one day, but if you keep making comments like that, you might not either. Anyway, Group 8. Group 8, have we got, what do we got? A couple of hundred to start Group 8. Group 8, have we got an opening bid there? Velo with $100. Right, Velo's open Group 8 with $100. Matt Sheedy, I thought he might be interested here. Chase Daly, fairly handy, along with Matty and a couple of the others. Some reasonable players here. Group 8. $100 we've got for Group 8, and you're on the clock. 1 minute warning. Group 8, $100 we have.
Trent's right on the 150. Right on the 150.
Jamo, Jack's already bid 100. No,
Yeah, Trent, don't worry.
Jack's only bid 100 on the single lots, Jamo. So just let us run this, and you keep your comments.
And Trent 150.
Trent has bid $150. So once again, we've got 1 minute on the clock. Trent Weimheimer, $150 for Group 8. Bah, Jamo. Just so you know, Jamo, Jack's $100 bid is on the single lots, not the group lots. Trent Weimheimer at $150 we have, and we're going to have to knock it down very quickly. So we've got 30 seconds. Group 8, $150. This is an absolute steal. To win $8,640 if one of these 10 players salute.
5, 4, 3, 2.
$150, Group 8 going once. 200 we have.
Landsborough.
Yep. In
What's
the
your Gmail?
Facebook.
I told him to bid on
Oh, hang on.
YouTube.
Who's that? $200 from who?
Go to bid on.
Was that Steve Lansborough?
Yeah, but he's bidding on Facebook, so
All right, Steve Lansborough on Facebook.
I'll tell him.
YouTube, yeah.
Just,
Right, we have a $200 bid on Group 8, just as I was about to knock it down.
And just give
Just
us
hold
a
it for a
30-second
sec.
break. 30-second break is ringing Lansbury time to bid on the other two.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. We've still got the $200 bid.
Yeah.
Right, Group 8, we've got $200 and it's on the clock. $200 is the bid, and we've got 30 seconds remaining on Group 8. Group 8, $200 with Steve Lansborough,
Thanks, Val.
and that's it. Steve Lansborough, $200 on Group 8 going once, twice, and sold for $200. Right, Group 9, Tony Massey, Jason Ramsden, Noah Noblet, Jeff Brunsma, Clint Aiden, Michael Cody, Richard Jackson, Alistair Webster, Glenn O'Connell, and Tegan Jade. Another very, very handy group here. Group 9. What have we got? We've got $200 to start Group 9. There's a couple of players here with $200 each on their own.
Oh, how much was it? 200. I was only 200. Oh,
He bid on the Facebook post.
Right, Group 9. We've got a couple of hundred just to start. on Group 9. Tony Massey, Jason Ramsden, Noah Noblet, Jeff Brunsma. Yeah, some very handy players here. Group 9, a couple $100 to start.
Oh, who's got 100 on Tony?
It must be Jack Phillips, 100, is it?
Oh yeah.
Someone's bid 200, yeah. We had 100 from Jack, now we've got 200. 200 we have on Group 9.
250 Trent.
250 with Trent. Very handy group this. Tony Massey's worth that on his own. And as I say, there's 3 or 4 other handy players in the group. Group 9, 250 we have. Group 9, $250. Jamo, 260.
Jamo, be a man.
You're going to get into the coins shortly, Jamo.
Can't keep using change.
Jamo's counting up his milk money. 260 we have from Jamo, just to whatever. Right, Group 9, $260. We've got to put it on the clock. 60-second warning. We are here to sell them. Group 9, Tony Massey, Jason Ramsden, Noah Noblet, Jeff Brunsma. $260 going once in 30 seconds. Very good value here. Group 9, $260, 300 we have. That's blowing Jamo's spare change out of the water. 300 we have with somebody. Who's that with, Danny? Trent, 300. Jamo might go 305 yet, we don't know. 300 with Trent, and we're on the clock.
Trent's using all of Ashley's pocket money.
$300 of Trent going once. Might be a telephone bid. $300 going twice for Group 9. And Group 9 is sold for $300 to Trent Reinheimer. All right, Group 10, we've got Richard Dempsey, Kieran Dempsey, Stan Iacovakis, Daniel Cornell, Fran McKeon, Charlie O'Neill, Andrew Troughton, Stuart Stour, Chris Flynn, and Michael Tulloch. So, Group 10s, and once again, every group's got some great players in it.
For Stan.
All right, we've got $100 from Stan. $100 from Stan. Group 10, we have $100. Exceptional value here. Once again, 3 or 4 of these players are very handy.
Jamo. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah.
120 from Jamo. For Group 10, he sees the name Dempsey and he just wants to bid money. Who's that bidding? $200 for Group 16. 150 we have for Group 10. Every time Jamo bids, people want to just outbid him. No one wants Jamo to get any winners. 150 we have for group 10. It's on the clock. 60 seconds we have for group 10. First call, going once, group 10. 30 seconds. Group 10, $150, very good value here. $150 going once, twice, and sold for $150. All right, group 11. Oh, one of the local boys, Bannockburn's nearly Geelong. Daniel Thorpe, Glenn Crowe, Scott Henderson, Jim Spiteri, Josh Hinchcliffe, Stelf Williams, John Thorpe, Stephen Pottinger, Archie Axel, and TK Henderson. So once again, another absolutely great group here. This is a very, very good group.
Just going to throw it out there.
Well, Daniel Thorpe's worth 400 on his own.
200 Cam.
200 we have.
300 Lee Gilpin.
We had Jack Phillips 100, Richard Williams, nice to hear from Richard, 150. Then we've got 300 from Cam Lawless, and then we've got
Cam was 2, Lee Gilpin was
Cam was 2, Lee Gilpin 300. So it's 300 with Lee,
350
Cam.
350 with Cam Lawless at the moment. Richard Williams 350 as well, but we already had 350. Richard.
Was Cam on the other page?
350. We're starting to get what Daniel Thorpe's worth. Now we've got to worry about the other 9 players getting thrown in.
Williams and so
Cam was first, you said?
yeah.
You picked Cam and Paul.
Cam was 350 first, and then Richard jumped in.
Yeah.
Steve Pottinger, we haven't even got any money in for him yet. All the way from Townsville. Potsy coming down again. Great support from Potsy and the Townsville boys. All right, 350 with Cam Williams at the moment. It's against you, Richard.
Cam wants to go halves with you, Dickie.
Potsy's wet up there.
You want to talk about it?
Potsy's wet up there. He sent me the video today. Everything was floating around in his yard. It's the whole joint's flooded. Townsville's.
Oh, he's going 4. Richard.
Right, Richard Williams, $400. I thought Dickie would come good. $400 with Dickie.
Just let them know that there is the odd bid coming through Facebook. That's
Yeah.
what we can.
Yeah, there are some bids coming through on Facebook and on the live stream on YouTube as well. So you might not be, if you're on one of those, you might not be seeing the other bids, that's all. So we've got group 11, $400 with Richard Williams at the moment, and we're on the clock, so 60 seconds. $400 for group 11. Very handy group, led by Daniel Thorpe. And congratulations to Scotty Henderson in that group, the new president of Pool Victoria from today. $30 seconds on group 11, $400 with Richard Williams.
Cam wants to go halves with Dickie. I just
Alright,
posted it.
Yes, I'll go halves.
Dickie doesn't need your money, Cam. Right, group 11, $400 going once, twice, and sold to Richard Williams for $400.
Then he can do whatever he wants.
Right, group 12, We've got Tranny, Steve Tran, Kent Beaumont, Steve Saviner, Robbie LaRossi, Frank Lidonici, Stuart Williams, Ian Hennessy, Kev Geisman, Abby Newman, and Mia Newman. I know every single one of these, and this is a very good group.
There's already a bid.
Led by Stevie Tran. Well, yeah, 400 boy from Nicky for a start off.
No vote.
Although, yeah.
No,
Five. Oh.
Ken Beaumont 150.
Yeah.
Steve Halliday went 400.
Yeah, but Dicky was on there first with 400.
He was confirming Dickie got that for 400, the last bid. So the first bid's actually Steve Halliday for 400.
Is that the way it works? It goes.
We were confirming. You got to confirm sold, mate.
I did.
So who was the first $400 bid from? Here, we got $450 from Ash anyway, so don't worry about it. So we were trying to work out who the 400 first bid was, from Dicky or from Steve Halliday, but Ashbot's coming at $450 anyway, so that's leading the bidding at the moment.
Which one?
We'll vote where you are, your one. Where you are, 400 Dicky.
Yeah.
Yep, can you edit it?
All right, $450 we have from Ash. This is Stevie Tran's group. This should be a $1,000 group all day, every day. I can't believe Steve Tran's not in the single lot anyway, but anyway, we've got to put some value in these groups.
Diggy's just right. I thought you said sold for the other one. But
Yes,
it's
sorry. Just tell them you forgot to write sold next to it, mate.
So is it sold?
Yes, you sold it for 400 to Dicky. You just wrote it before, but
Yeah.
we didn't write sold.
Right. Rob Bowen's gone 500. Kent Beaumont's gone 550. And Richard Williams has gone 550 after that. 600 now from Kent Beaumont. This is about half what this group should be. There's exceptional value here. This is group 12. Daniel Thorpe was group 11. This is Steve Tran, group 12. We have $700 from Richard Williams. $700 from group 12, Steve Tran and Co. And it's not Steve Tran on his own either, because there's 4 or 5 very good players in this group. But Steve Tran's group, group 12, we've got $700 at the moment. $750 from Kent Beaumont. Kent Beaumont, $750 we have at the moment for group 12. We've got 800 from Charlie Hawke.
There we go.
Now we've got the real money coming in. Wall Street's just got involved.
Wall Street, yes. Gentleman Jack.
850, gentlemen.
Jamo 850.
Ooh.
And Diggy's still got some ink left in his pen too. 850 with Jamo, and it's still nowhere near what it should be or will be. All right, Kent Beaumont 900. I'd be surprised if this isn't 1200. If this was a single lot, it would have started around about now at 900.
900.
Hang on, is this for Tranny's group still?
Yep.
Sorry, yeah.
Kent Beaumont at 900 at the moment.
No Facebook bids.
Richard Williams bought the previous group.
Yep. $1,000 from Jamo.
Check your list.
Jamo's forgotten his $10 bids this time. It's gone straight to 1,000. So you know he's serious this time. The others would just make up bids, just pushing people up. Steve Tran's group, $1,000 with Jamo. All right, 1,050 with Mark Burton. We got some new blood. And Diggy hasn't come back on the scene yet, but he'll be floating around. Don't worry about that. Mark Burton, 1,050. We're definitely only taking minimum $50 bids here at this stage, so Jamo, you can keep your 1,060 out of the way. Richard Williams, 1,100. I knew that'd be coming. Charlie Hawke, 1,200. 1,200 we have. 1,200 with Charlie Hawke, and this is serious money. This is going to be Dicky and Jamo are going to have to come to the party to get this off Charlie. 1,200 we have with Charlie Hawke. This is for Steve Tran's group, group 12.
Who's motivated again? Put it aside here.
And we do have to get it happening. So we're going to have to put it on the clock. We're happy for all the bids, but we do have to keep this moving. So Charlie Hawk at 1200 at the moment.
Why don't you try, Jamo? Come on.
All right. Richard Williams, 1300. They're all blowing Jamo out of the water. Jamo's petty cash has run out. Jamo, have you got one last 1400 left in you? The bid's with Richard Williams at $1,300 for Steve Trans Group 12.
You like Steve?
$1,300 with Richard. But if Charlie gets serious, it could be 1,500. King Charles, where are we? Mark Burton, 1350. We forgot about Birdie. Birdie hasn't given up yet. Birdie just keeps popping up. 1350 with Birdie. There's still about 4 live bidders on this group. 1350. Someone going to go 1,500 and try and blow him out of the water or what? That's what Charlie or
Whoever's going to be the man.
Charlie or Richard will go 1,500. I don't think Jamo's got the balls. He might have the money, but it's all invested. He can't get out of it. These kids won't let him spend his money anyway. Right, the bid's with Mark Burton. We've got to put it on the clock. We've got 60 seconds. Mark Burton at 1350. This is for Steve Tran and Co. And I've said it before, Steve Tran is more overdue than Hitler's gas bill. He is that due to win a tournament of this nature, and believe me now, more than capable of doing it.
20 seconds.
Probably has won as many comps as anybody. 15 seconds left. Last call on Mark Burton, going once, going twice. Steve Trans Group 12, Richard Williams at 1400 we have. 1400 with Dickie. 1500 could do this. 1400 and it's on the clock, 1 minute. 1400 with Richard Williams for Group 12, Steve Tran and Co. Steve Tran's worth probably about 1200 and the rest of the group's probably worth about 400. So yeah, probably 1600 in total.
Charlie Hawk, 15.
Charlie Hawk, 1500. Here comes the real money.
Gentlemen, here comes the gentleman.
Charlie Hawk says Richard Williams' money's no good.
Did you say that last message?
Charlie Hawk's bid 1500 and we're on the clock. 1 minute.
Dan, did you say that last message from Robbie Lorenzo?
Yeah. That's how it works.
1550 from Mark Burton hasn't gone away.
1550.
Mason Pro player in it.
Kent Beaumont, that is. Yeah, as I say, it's a fairly handy group. This. It's not just Steve Tran on his own. Steve Savinar can play. Frank Lidnici can play. Ian Hennessy can play. They're all handy players in this group. Right, 1550 we've got with Mark Burton and we're on the clock. We've got 30 seconds left. So 1550 with Mark Burton on Steve Tran's Group 12, going once. 1550 going twice.
1500 Charlie Hawk.
1600 with Richard Williams. Did you see Charlie Hawk or not?
No, 15.
No, it's
15. Yeah.
1550.
All right, it's 1600 with Richard Williams. And we're on the clock again. $1,600.
30 seconds, clock.
1600, we've got 30 seconds left on the clock. Steve Tran, Hitler's gas bill. $1,600 with Richard Williams. Going once at 1600. Going twice. And sold for $1,600 to Richard Williams. So is that $5,000 now, or was it already $5,000?
5,050.
Right, so the prize pool is up over the $5,000 mark, and we're only halfway, not even halfway through this, through the groups. So I'd definitely say we're going to definitely be over the $24,000 mark we were last year. which means at this early stage, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to be, well, it looks like it's going to be over the 8,600 it was last year for first prize. And remembering that that's concession. Even if someone just makes the 8, you're getting over $1,000. And if they make 4th, you're getting over $2,000. All right, so the next group, we have group 13. Gavin Roberts, who just knocks up making the last 8 in these comps. Bobby Dennis, Norm Bashira, Nelson Chater, Patrice Autumn, Murat Dermaz, Fred White, Joshua White, Tali Alloway, and Lisa Garvey. So we've got Gavin Roberts, Bobby Dennis, Norm Bashira, Nelson Chater, Patrice. Yeah, some good players here too. Group 13. We got 300 we've got from Trent. $300 we've got from Trent, and I'm sorry, but we've got to put it on the clock straight away because we are a bit behind here. This is Group 13. $300 we have from Trent. $450 from Richard Williams. $450 we have for Group 13, and it's on the clock again. $450 with Dicky. Dicky's only had one success so far in the Calcutta, so he's looking for his second buy. He normally ends up with a fairly handy stable. Right, 30-second warning on Group 13, Gavin Roberts and Co. Group 13, $450 with Richard Williams. $450 with Richard Williams for Group 13, going once, going twice, and sold for $450. Right, 14. We've got Peter O'Keefe, Vic Opalicki, John Garifa, Corey Bray, Josh Lancaster, Bassam Ali, Graham Hall, Taj Rocco, Narelle Morley, and Coral King. So Group 14. Couple of interstaters here. Vic Opalicki, I know he fancies his chances. He wants to buy himself in the Calcutta in the Geelong Intermediate one.
He's on the page.
Right, Group 14. Peter O'Keefe and Co.
200.
We got 200 from Vic.
I think he's bought the last 3 groups, so someone should step up.
Who? Dickie.
He bought the last 3 groups.
Has he?
Oh,
No, he didn't, did he?
200.
Right.
200, yeah.
200 we've got with Vic Opalicki, and it's on the clock. We'll take your 50s. This is exceptional value here. Chance to win possibly $10,000 first prize. Peter O'Keefe, Vic Opalicki and Co. Group 14. We've got $200 going once. Group 14, $200 going twice. And sold for $200 to Vic Opalicki. All right, Group 15, here we go again, some handy ones. Group 15, Ronnie George, Tim Sanlacido, Mark Roberts, Bryden Periton, Brendan McEwen, Ash Minucha, Scott Bazile, Scott Easton, Louise Bazile, and Bobby Joe Quinn.
Ronnie George has made the quarters at Geelong.
Yeah, Ronnie George has been in the money before here at Geelong. Been in the last 8, that's for sure. So Group 15. That would have only got you back 1,080 last year though, but you got 9 other runners as well. Group 15, we've got a couple of hundred to start.
300.
300 we've got from Trent.
Tell Scotty Easton he's been outbid already.
Right, Group 15, we've got 300 from Trent. Yeah, the 100 from Scotty Easton didn't hold up, but we've got 300 from Trent and we're on the clock, 1 minute. Group 15, $300 we've got from Trent, and we've got 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's not playing. No. Get. Where are you?
Group 15, we've got $300 going once. With Trent Ryanheimer, $300 going twice.
He's number one, ranked number one in Australia or something.
And sold for $300 to Trent, Group 15. Straight into Group 16, we've got Steve McCormick, Thomas O'Keefe, Tony Kostov, Russell Scott, Trevor Parker, Brendan Moore, Farzad Nishat, Mark Finn, Tanya Sloter, and Emily Cornell. So that's Group 16. Group 16, Steve McCormick, Thomas O'Keefe, Tony Kostov, Russell Scott, Trevor Parker, Brendan Moore. Yeah, some more handy players here.
Hey, Matty, I've got to get off phone, mate. I've got to do the thing on that. Just go on YouTube live. CueballTV.
Group 16, we've got a couple of hundred to start for Group 16. There won't be too many of these real bargain lots left. And if you can get this group for a couple of hundred, you've done real well.
What group was that?
Whatever their last one was. Just what it sold, Trent. 300.
That was the Ronnie George group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Group 15.
Right, Rob Bowen's 100, Trent's 200.
Yep.
Trent's obviously put someone else's pants on today.
He's taking all Ashley's money for a university.
Was it 200 or 300?
200 at the moment for Trent.
No, the last one.
Oh, last one was 300. This is Steve McCormick and Co. 200 we have. Group 16, we have $200 and you're on the clock. Group 16, Steve McCormick and Co. Trent, $200 going once. 250 from Lee Gilpin. 250 we've got with a minute to go. Lee Gilpin, $250 for Group 16, Steve McCormick and Co. A couple of Geelong boys in this as well. Group 16, $250 going once.
20 seconds.
Steve McCormick and Co. $250 going once, going twice, and sold for $250 to Chiefy. Right, Group 17, a multiple Victorian State rep, part of the team that won the national title again in the open event in Perth this last year. So Scotty Parker, Neil Jamison, Jeff Taku, Chip Willman, Brett Cook, Brad Haynes, Jackson Ewan, Archie Hardcore, Melza Callahan, and Sonia Bucknell.
What was that? 350.
Scotty Parker's worth double that at least.
Halliday 370.
Scotty Parker, we've got 300 and
370 Steve Halliday.
370 with Steve Halliday, 400 with Rob Bowen. Rob Bowen was captain of that side that won the national team's title, and he knows Scotty Parker's value. Rob was captain and Scotty was vice captain of the Victorian team.
900 Kent Beaumont.
900 we've got from Kent Beaumont. 900, Kent's trying to blow him out of the water.
Way too slow, Ashwood.
He knows Scotty. He watches Scotty play all the time. Scotty Parker's Group 17, $900.
He also meant to press 5, but he pressed 9.
And you're on the clock. Ashbot's 450 isn't going to hold up.
No, he's gone. Kent Beaumont 900.
Yeah, I know. Trent Beaumont, $900.
Kent. Clark Kent. Otherwise, Trent will think he's lucky again.
I did say Kent, didn't I?
No, Trent.
I know Kent Beaumont.
Oh, well, there you go.
Kent Beaumont, $900, and it's on the clock. This is Scotty Parker and Co.'s Group 17. $900 going once.
Steve, or?
$900 going twice. And Group 17 sold for $900.
Big buy.
All right, Group 18, Joseph Evans, Mitch Adams, Chris Sherlock, Cameron Kerry, Chris West, Mick Withers, Nick Duss, Shannon Hinchcliffe, Rena Breitner, and Kathy Howard. So that's Group 18 with a world champion in this group. Joseph Evans from Victoria won a world teams title in the under 23s, was it? In Morocco 2 years ago.
Trent 100.
So Group 18, we've got Trent with 100, that won't hold long. Group 18, Mitch Adams from Horsham. Rob Bowen 150. Joseph Evans can play, good player.
Halliday 250. Steve Halliday.
Steve Halliday 250.
Ash Boyd.
Ash Bott and Thomas O'Keefe, the 200s have been blown out. It's with Steve Halliday 250. Rob Bowen 300. He got in just before Ash Bott. So Rob Bowen holds the bidding at 300. Another handy group, Group 18.
320 Halliday.
Steve Halliday 320. Ash Bott will go 350.
Bowen 350.
Rob Bowen 350. Group 18.
And 60 seconds.
And it's on the clock. 60 seconds with Rob Bowen at $350. Group 18. Group 18. Joseph Evans and Co. 350 with Rob Bowen. 400 with Ash Bott. $400 we have for Group 18.
And on the clock.
And on the clock. 60 seconds. Group 18. Rob Bowen 420.
Yes.
Rob Bowen had a pay increase, I think in the last 2 weeks, probably this week. Rob Bowen, $420, Group 18.
Steve Lansborough 450.
Steve Lansborough, $450.
Welcome back to the party.
Steve Lansborough, who doesn't bid on groups, or doesn't bid on live, whatever it is, YouTube auctions or whatever. Online auctions, yeah.
Jamo.
460 from Jamo. He's found that $10 note again. 460 from Jamo.
Keeps that in his left pocket.
460 from Jamo. We're on the clock.
Just for moments like this.
Everybody loves Jamo's $60 bids because they never hold up. It's 460 with Jamo. I think Steve Lansbury will blow that out. Anthony Hill, 500. And this is some of Mitch Adams' money. Anthony Hill's a mate of Mitch Adams up in Horsham there. $500 with Anthony Hill on the clock. Fairly handy group. This Group 18. $500 we have. Steve Lansbury, 550, who doesn't bid on the online auctions. 550 with Rabbit. 550 of Rabbit on the clock. Group 18 going once at $550. Group 18 going twice at $550. And Group 18 is sold to Steve Lansbury for $550. Well done.
Sold?
Yep.
All right,
550.
Group 19. Group 19's Bailey Noblet, Logan Brand, Scott Adams, Kevin Van Egelen, Ron Callender, Alan Nash, Ashbel Goblin, Peter Lee, Tyler Lee, and Amelia Evans. So another good group. Logan beat, who'd Logan beat? He beat Stacey Vine last week in the Compet Mildura. Bailey Noblet, very, very handy player as well. and Kevin Van Eglen from Queensland made many.
Geelong.
Is he? Oh yeah, he is. Sorry, yeah. Ron Callender from Ballarat, Alan Nash from Ballarat, stateside player, state team player. All right, so this is a very good group. There's a lot of good players here. Group 19, we've got 200 from Trent. We've got 250 from Robert Doyle. 250 we have. Maybe the bargains are all gone. They're all going to be $300 and $400 or $500 groups now. Group 19, few young blokes in this, some up and comers, some very handy players. Group 19, $250 and we're on the clock. Group 19, $250 with Robert Doyle.
When they, Wolf, can you just tell them when they make their payment to put the lot number down as the reference for payment?
Yeah. Just while we've got a second, if you are a successful bidder, when you want to make your payment, please put down the lot number that you're actually paying for, or if you've bought a few lots, put all the lot numbers down if you want to do it in one total. So Robert Doyle, $250 for group. 300 we've got from Steve Lansborough for group 19.
400 Charlie Hawk.
400 from Charlie Hawk for Bailey Noblet and Co. Charlie would be bidding on Logan Brand. He's a fan of his. But there's a couple of Ballarat boys here, including an ex-state player. So another good group, group 19. Bailey Noblet can play. His old man, Roy, made a couple of state sides. Bailey Noblet and Co. $400 with Charlie Hawk.
And that's the details for people who put the bid in.
Rallo's put his pay ID for people who do want to make the payments after the auction's over. Bailey Noblet and Co. Group 19, currently at $400, and we've got 30 seconds left with Charlie Hawk. So Group 19 going once. Group 19 going twice at $400.
Better put that into YouTube. Well, that is the YouTube. Yeah. It wasn't showing up online.
And Charlie Hawk's been successful. He's bought Group 19 for $400. Thanks, Charlie. All right, Group 20. Here we have him.
Hang on, was that sold?
Charlie Hawk.
Who was it?
Sold to Charlie for $400.
Night, mate.
Good night, see you, Danny.
Good night, Dan.
See that?
All right, Group 20, the heavy hitters.
400 was it?
Steve Halliday, Jason Carey, Jason Galea, Ryan Martin, Taz Speechley, Travis O'Mahony, Stephen Felson, Rob Jones, Michelle Hanson and Scarlett Evans. This is Group 20 with Steve Halliday leading the bunch. We got 400 for Steve Halliday's group for a start. Steve Halliday goes very deep in a lot of these comps.
200 Steve.
200 we've got with Steve Halliday. Oh, he only gets paid every second week. This is his off week.
See if Jamo can get him for 210.
Jamo might try. No, he's got to wait for someone to go 250 so he can go 260.
Oh, Bowen meant 500. Chuck marked up the zero.
Steve Halliday at 200, but Rob Bowen's got a dollar sign there. 250 from Rob. Oh no, Steve Pottinger 250. Potsy's come good. This is what you should be doing, Potsy. Leave them nags alone and back these blokes. You got more chance. Jamo 310.
Maybe air conditioner on.
Jamo 310. He can't get rid of that $10 note. He's going to be stuck with it for life.
Signature.
Velo's 315. Richard Williams 315. I think it's a syndicate, but it doesn't matter. It's Velo 315. But we know Dickie's sniffing around, so there could be something in action happening. Right, we've got to put it on the clock. Steve Halliday's group, 315, way too cheap. Halliday's worth 600 on his own.
400.
Richard Williams, 400. Maybe he hasn't got that syndicate with Vo. He's just bid against him. 400 with Richard. Jamo, your 350 doesn't hold up. It should have been 360 anyway.
No, 450 should have been.
No, he's for the 10.
He's trying to get rid of the 10. It'll have to be 410, Jamo. Obviously, you pressed the wrong key on the bizzo there. It's with Richard Williams on the clock at 400. Jamo, do you want to get rid of that 10 or not? Go 410. Richard Williams with $400. It's nowhere near what it should be, but we'll take it, and we've got to knock him down. 30 seconds left. Steve Halliday's group at $400.
Come on, Hal.
Going once.
Steve Halliday, back yourself.
Yeah, I thought Halliday would have jumped on board.
Yeah, that's right.
Jamo's waiting for Steve Halliday to bid because he wants to outbid him. Mark Burton, 450. We got Birdie's back on board.
Money's coming.
Money's coming. Birdie, 450. Yeah, Jamo, 460 if you want to get rid of it. Mark Burton for Steve Halliday's group, 450 we have, and we're on the clock.
And 30 seconds.
30 seconds remaining. A few people have heard that before. Steve Halliday's group, $450 with Mark Burton. 10 seconds. 450 with Mark Burton going once, twice, and sold for $450. Thanks, Birdie.
Current bid down says 400. Oh, you got it.
Richard Williams went 480.
Too late.
Maybe, hang on. You went before we put it sold, so bid's still going.
Well, hang on. What?
Because of the lag, remember?
Hang on. We've got a problem here. Velo hasn't put up the sold. Richard Williams has bid 480. What's
Put a sold up there.
so? What? It's still going, is it?
Still going, guys.
Still going.
All right. Sorry about that, Birdie. You haven't got him yet. Mark Burton, 500.
Yeah, it just didn't come up because of the lag.
Yeah, there is a lag here. We do apologise. We can't do anything about it, but takes a bit longer to get these bids down here from Queensland.
What are we? 500.
500.
Right.
No, that's okay. That one. It's 500.
Richard Williams, 550.
550. No one does that.
Mark Burton, 500. Richard Williams, 550. Right, boys, if we're going to keep going, try and keep it going along if we are going to bid.
550.
550 with Richard Williams. This is Steve Halliday's group.
Yeah, Jamo, put some money on then.
Jamo, if Halliday's been living on the table lately, why aren't you bidding?
Yeah, don't write about it.
Finalist in Townsville last year. We know he can play Jamo.
All right, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Richard Williams holds the bid at, what was it, 550?
550.
550, and we're on the clock. Stephen Halliday's group, $550 going once.
Richard Williams.
It's with Richard Williams at 550. Mark Burton, 600. 600, and we're on the clock.
We'll make it a 30-second clock.
Steve Halliday group, Mark Burton, $600 and 30 seconds on the clock. Steve Halliday's group with Mark Burton, $600 going once. 600 going twice. And sold for $600 to Mark Burton. Yeah, write down sold so we can get it done. Right, it's sold for 600. Here we go. Right, Guy Mellon's group. Guy Mellon, Rabbit Lansborough, Steve Lansborough, Matt Sawyer, David Cooper, Neil Lemmy, Vince Barbudo, Mike Robertson, Adrian Hyland, Hannah Nomera and Vicky Rayburn. Another good group. A lot of good players in this group. What do we got? Let's get a steal. Someone can have this group for $250 if you're in quick. We'll knock them down quick. Someone got $250 for group 21. Group 21, very handy group.
100.
100 we've got.
Thomas O'Keefe.
Thomas O'Keefe, $100. He's got a couple of smokies from Geelong in here. David Cooper can play, the big boy from Geelong. Neil Lemney from Berry or Riverland.
What?
Steve Lansborough from...
Guy Mellon can play. Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Mellon's a good player. Guy Mellon should have beaten Jake at Horsham a few weeks ago. Right, Velo's gone 200.
30 seconds.
So Guy Mellon's group 21, we've got 200 at the moment. Steve Lamborough's gone 150, that won't hold any water. Stevie Lansbury, you better jump it up a bit.
I'll bet for Vicky.
Lee Gilpin, what's he got? Mike Robertson should get a few thousand for the hard of hearing.
From the
No.
What's that?
Don't know.
Robertson, by the way.
Don't know.
JV, you'll have to abbreviate.
All right, Steve Lansborough.
Velo.
Velo at 200, sorry.
And 20 seconds.
Velo at 200, 250 with Rabbit. Rabbit's bid 250.
And 30 seconds.
And it's on the clock at 30 seconds. We've got to keep this moving along, boys.
Otherwise the comp will start.
Right, this is Guy Mellon's group 21. We've got $250 from the Rabbit.
Oh, that's Robert's group.
Yeah. He's back himself.
Yeah, Steve Lansborough's in the group. Steve Lansborough at $250 going once, going twice, and sold for $250. Right, next up, group 22. We've got Reece Godden. I've got to mention the brother-in-law of Jake. But yeah, Reece McCartney at the Nationals this year, first time at the Nationals, played really, really well, shot over 50%. And when he had to step up in the finals, shot over 66% in the finals for Victoria. Great effort from Reece. So we've got group 22, Reece Godden, Sean Walpole, Daryl Whitcomb, Bronte Duncan, Andrew Knight, Anthony Jeffrey, Jeff Crabb, Archie Crabb, Mia Crabb, and Taya Rayburn. Right.
200 from Jake.
That is not bad, that group.
200 from Jake.
200 from Jake.
250 Charlie.
250 from Charlie Hawke. Or 250 from Trent Reinheimer.
First.
400 from Cam Lawless.
400 from Cam Lawless. And just remember, Reece Godden beat Jake in this tournament last year. Jake McCartney very rarely ever gets beaten at Geelong. I think he's won it 5 times or something. And it was Reece Godden that put him out last year. So what have we got here? We've got 400 at the moment from Velo, I think, is it?
No, Cam.
No, Cam.
Oh, Cam Lawless.
He had it on Facebook.
Oh, it was a Facebook bid. So the bid is with Cam Lawless at 400, and we've got it on the clock.
I think Katie's calling.
This is
We're going to pay bid.
no Katie won't bid. If she had Reece's money, she would. Right, Reece Godden's group 22. Sean can play, Daryl can play. Bronte Duncan's been away playing in a couple of comps interstate just recently. Yeah, this is a very handy group, this. Group 22. We've got $400 and we've got to get it going. Group 22, $400. Hang on, we've got 500 from Charlie Hawke.
He knocked Jake out last year at Geelong.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah,
I missed it. Sorry.
Richard Williams 550 now that he heard it.
550.
Now that he heard Reece beat Jake last year, he's jumped on board. Charlie Hawke was 500 now, Richard Williams 550, and we're on the clock. This is group 22, Reece Godden's group.
Cam was after.
Richard. That's what I'm saying, mate. Charlie could bid on fucking everybody else's bidding.
550 we have from Richard Williams.
Yep, Cam put his bid in, but it was after, so it's 550 to Richard.
550 to Richard, and we're on the clock, 30 seconds. 550 with Richard Williams on group 22.
Otherwise he's going to lose that.
Reece Godden, Sean Walpole, Daryl.
Sell it.
600 from the King Charles, Charlie Hawke. 600, and
It's kept.
if he opens his wallet, it'll be a lot more. Charlie Hawk with $600 for Reece Godden and Co. Group 22, 600's on the clock.
Bid on YouTube, otherwise you're behind on Facebook.
Or text me,
You're the only one.
or text me.
Or text, no.
Charlie Hawk, $600 for Group 22 on Jake McCartney's conqueror last year. Reece Godden.
And family.
Right, Group 22, we're on the clock. It's $600 with Charlie Hawk going once. $600 going twice. And sold to Charlie Hawk for $600. Right, now we've got another exceptional player up.
Toby Clark.
Exceptional player here. Group 23, led by Toby Clack
There's a pre-bid.
and his brother Bailey Clack, Andy Parker, Jabor Wanuch, Reece Quelch, Grant LeBron, Zoran Kulich, Deadly Duncan, and Ebony Butler and Kate Ackers.
There's a pre-bid of 100.
There's a pre-bid of 100, won't hold up long. If you want to know what happened at the national titles in Perth
What is it?
late last year,
50, Steve Halliday.
350 holiday.
yeah, Toby Clack possibly going to be a better player than his old man, who's an absolute legend of Australian 8 ball.
400.
400 Williams.
400 with Dickie, King Dick. Richard Williams, $400 on Toby Clack and Co.
450.
450 from Steve Halliday. Toby Clack made was it the final or the semi-final of the plate last year in the open comp, made the actual final of the open comp. 500 we have from Richard Williams. Ash Vott, 550. Toby Clack was also a member of the winning Australian under-23 team. Rob Bowen, $600. I played with Toby Clack over in England on our way to Ireland for the Worlds a couple of years ago, and believe me now, I think I won 3 frames out of 30 on the Supreme table. He's an absolute genius.
650 Williams.
Toby Clack is and Co. 650 with Richard Williams.
Mark Robertson, 800.
Mark Robertson, 800. Now, when Robbo starts, and Rob Bowen was 700, Mark Robertson at 800. These
850.
Rob Bowen 850. These blokes know their horseflesh. Richard Williams 900.
Welcome to the party, Mark Robertson.
This bloke can win the tournament. Believe me now. A lot of people haven't seen him play, but I can tell you right now, this bloke's as good as you get. Toby Clack $900.
Hey, Michael's been just
Rob Bowen $950. And Rob doesn't throw his money away unless he's had a few. He might.
960.
Yeah, Jamo, we're expecting a 960. Mark Burton 1,000.
He got the shot in quality.
Hello.
Birdie's jumped in.
Hello. Williams.
Richard Williams 1,100. Now we're starting to fire. Come on, Jamo, 1110.
We'll pick him, Jamo. 1100.
Rob Bowen's had a few.
It's 1100.
Jamo, it's 1,010. Hasn't caught up to Richard Williams. Still has it at 1,100. 1,100 we have for Toby Clack and Co. Don't forget you've got 9 other players and a few of these can play. 1,200 from Rob Bowen. He's had more than a few. 1,200. Andy Parker, Jabor, Reece Quelch, Grant LeBron. You've got Bailey Clack too. You've got most of the family playing here. This is the future of Victorian pool here.
Bid under.
Toby Clack, we've got $1,200.
Williams.
1,300.
Richard Williams. Put the banter out. Just told him to give up.
Jamo and Rob just give up. 1,300 from King Dick. Richard Williams, 1,300. Diggy boys, come on board. He reckons Jamo and Rob Bowen haven't got any money. 1,300, he said. Tell him, put them both together, they can't beat him.
Rob Bowen's got 1,200. Jamo's got 10. Don't
Yeah.
get the 13.
Well, put it this way. If Rob Bowen goes 13-10, Jamo will give him the 10 and say the halves. It's 13 with Richard Williams and we're on the clock. We've got 30 seconds, boys. We've got to keep this moving.
30 seconds, that's right.
Toby Clack and Co, $1,300. With Richard Williams.
15 seconds.
This bloke can win the tournament. 15 seconds.
I'm just saying,
$13.50 from Rob Bowen. He's on his 4th bottle of red. $13.50 with Rob Bowen and Richard Williams.
And 30 seconds.
I won't tell you what Rob Bowen said, but he didn't say anything. Anyway, it's $13.50 with Rob Bowen.
20 seconds.
Rob Bowen, 20 seconds. We've got
Hang on, 14:10.
14.10 from Richard Williams.
Pulls in that 10.
That'll stop Jamo, he reckons. 1410 with Richard Williams. 1410.
Be a man, Jamo. Don't put up with this.
1410 and we got 20 seconds on the clock.
14:20 gets it, Jamo.
1450 with Mark Burton. We've got new blood back in there. Mark Burton, 1450. This is going to be a record, Calcutta. We're up over $11,000 already, and we haven't got through the group stages.
20 seconds.
Mark Burton, 1450, and we've got 20 seconds on the clock. You can get rid of that soul Dickie. Mark Burton, 1450 going once. This is Toby Clack and Co, 1450 going twice. And sold to Mark Burton for 1450. Well done, mate.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Well, I can tell you now, we're up over $11,000 and we're only on group 23, so we're averaging 500 a group. What's going to happen when we get to the single runners? We're definitely, I'd say we're in for a new record total this year, which means first prize could be anything up to $10,000 if you buy the winner of this comp. So, for example, we've got, what have we got there? Toby Clack's gone for over 8 to 1 concession still. So even though he went for a fairly high amount, it's 8 to 1 with the boogies, and that's concession. You'll almost get your money back if he makes the last 8, and you'll make money if he makes the top 4.
And it could be someone else from the group.
Right. And you've got 9 other horses running for you as well. Group 24, Elvis Malik, Dan McLean, Dale Slattery, Jordan Parker, Greg Comport, Dave Murphy. Ben McDonald, Joel Amoroso, Katrina Shannon, and Katrina Defina. Has anyone seen her? Right, group 24. We've got a couple of $100 to start group 24.
Reigning Victoria Masters champion Kevin Malik.
Kevin Malik, yeah, the current Victorian Masters champion, over 50s champion.
Smashed Tim Shelton in the final.
Yeah, belted Tim Shelton in the final.
$47, Calcutta. 50 Jordan Parker.
50 Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Parker, $50.
Jordan Parker, $50 we have just for an opening bid.
Might need to refresh that.
Yeah.
This is Kevin Malik and Co. Or Elvis Malik and Co., whichever one you know him by. Dan McLean, Dale Slattery, Jordan Parker, Greg Comport, Dave Murphy.
yeah, that's just saying.
Right, Jamo, $100. Plus some golden mule and
Frankincense.
What does Jamo think? He's one of the 3 wise men. Diggy, Rob and Jamo.
He's one of the kings.
One of the kings. Right, we've got $100 with Jamo. And please, Jamo hasn't been successful all night, so somebody jump in and bid 110 because we don't want Jamo to get this. Right, it's with Jamo for $100. Here's a nice cheap bid here. This is some exceptional value. $100 to win 10,000. Sorry, yeah, 10,000 possibly.
110,
Scotty Easton, 110. Jamo's out of the water, blown out of the water. $110 and you're on the clock, 20 seconds to go. Scotty Easton, $110 for group 24, 120 with Rob Bowen. As Rusty would say, we've got the crumb grabbers in here now. 120 we've got with Rob Bowen. After just bidding 1,400 the last lot.
While we're waiting, it's a shame Rusty couldn't make it down for this.
$120 we've got.
He would have been in the group.
Well, Rusty will be wanting to come down to the Mildura comp next year, the Joy Bell comp, because I heard a big whisper that's definitely going to be $10,000 first prize money next year.
Ray said, by the way, Rusty had been a group for this.
Rusty wouldn't be in the single auctions, no. Right, Rob Bowen, $120
17.
going once. This is group 24. $130 with Dan McLean. $130 and 20 seconds on the clock. We've got to get rid of it.
The Gippsland connection.
$130 going once.
Come on, Jamo, you can do it.
$130 going twice. And sold for $130 to Dan McLean.
New owner.
Right, group 25. We've got the good Howie here. We've got Tyson Howie, Aki Olam, Michael Mikkeljevic, Dan Henwood, Don Weston, Charlie Chafe, good snooker player, Dale Munro, Nigel McCooch, Andrea Colombo, and Michelle Golding. Right, a little bit of talent here too, just quietly. A few smokies in here. Charlie Chafe, very good snooker player.
Yeah, he's sneaking like them too.
Right, group 25.
200 Richard Williams.
200 we have. 300 we have.
By who?
Shane.
Sorry, Shane O'Brien.
Tyson made the final of Geelong.
$300 from Shane O'Brien. $400 from Richard Williams.
Snooking himself, remember?
What's that?
Tyson Howie
Oh.
in the final, he just snookered himself.
Yeah, where was it?
Years ago against
Shane O'Brien, 450.
Yeah. 450 with Shane O'Brien. This is for Tyson Howie, Charlie Chafe and co. Aki Olam can play as well.
Weston.
Couple here. Don Weston.
500. Mentioned Don name, it just went straight up. 500 to Richard.
Richard Williams 500.
Rob
Rob Bowen 550.
Rob's got another bottle of wine.
Rob Bowen's on his 5th bottle.
Good to go.
I thought he would have gone bit of tie talk there. 555. Richard Williams 650.
We had it before when he went ha ha ha. I said to Bo, he got a Barkby.
Richard Williams 650.
Dan Henwood goes off in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Shane O'Brien, 700.
Shane O'Brien 700. We've got a bit of Adelaide talent in here as well.
Is anybody from England will take pounds?
Tyson, Howie and company. Great group. That's group 25. 750 from Diggy. 750 we've got from Richard Williams. We've got to put it on the clock. We've got a minute to go. 750 for Richard Williams.
760.
760 Shane O'Brien.
Borrowed that from Ted from Jamo.
I think he spelled his name wrong.
Jamo's obviously in the syndicate now.
Right, 760 we've got from Shane O'Brien.
30 seconds.
We shouldn't really be allowing these bids,
30
but
seconds.
anyway. 760 from Shane O'Brien. Richard Williams 800.
800.
800 from Richard Williams. And we're on the clock.
He's going non-stop.
Group 25. 800 we've got.
Yes.
800,
I think Shane O'Brien's conceded, so we'll take
$800 going once. 800 going twice. And sold to Richard Williams for $800.
Yep.
This is going huge, this is.
Yeah, keep going, you're the star.
All right, who's this Dave Limerick? If I can't read because there's very Geelong written on here.
What's that?
Dave from Melbourne.
I know.
Which one?
Dave Limerick.
Go back on the screen.
It's Dave Limerick, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
All right, group 26. Dave Limerick, Matt Whitten, Tim Wyatt, Cameron Dixon, Dave Kugel, Mark Meehan, Mel Little, Dan Champion, Craig Clark, and Adrian Courtren.
Was that
Richard Williams.
Nicky? 850?
Gannon, yeah, 100.
Right, we've got 100.
Cannon, Gannon.
Might be another.
I'm assuming.
Might be another cheaper lot. This one.
Hang on a minute. This is.
Dave Limerick will jump in here. I'd say. If it,
Shane Reeves is
Hang on a
doing it.
minute.
Shane Greaves. Yeah, we've got a quick announcement to make here.
Mel Little.
Mel Little from Townsville can't make it, so he's been replaced by Shay Greaves from Townsville.
Due to the floods.
Yeah, because of the flood, so you've got a pretty equal pair there anyway. So it shouldn't make too much difference to the bidding. Both handy players. So yeah, Dave Limerick's group. Dave Limerick can play too, just quietly. Fairly handy group, but it might be a bargain here. Right, a few interstaters. We've got them from all over the country here. Dave Kugel from Ballarat, yeah. All right, Group 26, what do we got? We've got 100, is it?
Cannon, Gannon.
All right. All right, $100 we got from Cannon Gannon, and we're going to knock it down. So we're on a 30-second call. We got 200 from Velo. $200 we have for Group 26. $200 we got for Group 26.
30 seconds.
30-second warning.
Can you put the back on?
All right, $200 we got from Velo, and we've got to sell them. So it's $200 going once for Dave Limerick's group, $200 going twice, and sold for $200. $200 to possibly win 10,000.
3 groups left.
There's only 3 groups left, people. Group 27, Tan Mahadir, Marcus Harrison, David Saab, Daniel French, Luke McKee, Don King, Dave Eagland from Queensland, Simo Simpson, Daniel Gresky, and Shannon Bartlett. This is fairly handy too.
He's playing a bit.
Tan's
Phillips, 100.
Tan's a favourite player of a few blokes.
Lorenzo.
All the Geelong boys are jumping in here. Jack Phillips 100, and Louis from Slate.
Someone 200.
Louis bid 200 from Slate.
250, Thomas O'Keefe.
250 from Thomas O'Keefe. All the Geelong boys are jumping on Tan.
300.
300 we have
Lorenzo.
from Louis. Good to hear from you, Louis. 300 we have. Marcus Harrison from Geelong can play as well.
Sorry, the bid's Fred White, 300. He was just above.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Louis. There was a bid from Fred White for 300 before yours
If you look at it,
that we missed.
yeah.
So Fred White, Steve Pottinger 400. Valo Julik 500.
10 ahead there. Yeah. And 11.
All right, Vo Rogue at 500. All right. Group 27, Tan's group. Tan and Marcus Harrison. Fred White 550.
Yes.
And we're on the clock. 60 seconds. 550 we have for group 27.
Jamo, we don't need your definitions. We need your money. Every
Tan Mahadir, Marcus Harrison and co. And Dave Eagland from Queensland. He can play as well. Made a few Queensland state sides. So it's a pretty handy group. This 30 seconds we got. Fred White at $550 for group 27. Going once. Going twice. And sold for $550. Right, second last group now. Be warned here. Sean Partridge is out, isn't he?
Yep.
Sean
Potsy just went 600.
Oh, Pots. Was it? It's before you put up the sold too. Sorry, we're still on group 27.
Fred.
Potsy will be bidding on Dave Eagland from Queensland, another Townsville boy. Sorry, Fred, we've got a live bid. It was before we put up the sold thing.
Floods.
Yeah, where Potsy's from, they're in deep floods there at the moment. But Steve Pottinger did bid $600 before we put the sold thing up. So we've got to take that. Stephen Pottinger, $600 on Group 27.
Righto, we agree with you. 30 seconds.
Potsy's saying he did put it up before we said sold. So it's $600 with Potsy. This is still Group 27. Tan Mahadir, Marcus Harrison, David Swab, Daniel French, Luke McKee, Don King, and Dave Eaglin, Simo Simpson, Daniel Grisky, and Shannon Bartlett.
10 seconds.
So Group 27, we'll give you 10 seconds, but the leading bid at the moment is with Steve Pottinger. Sorry, Fred. Steve Pottinger with Group 27 at $600, going once, going twice, and sold for $600. Right, last group, isn't it?
Second last.
Second last. All right, second last group. Now, what's happened with Sean Partridge here?
Sean's there and Tush.
Oh, yeah. Tush Singh.
What do I do?
Press salt. Press salt. Enter.
Oh, yeah.
It's Tush Singh, isn't it?
Straight swap.
Straight swap.
Yeah.
Ability is
So just be warned here, Group 28, we've got a straight swap here for Tush Singh is in for Sean Partridge. So it's Tush instead of Sean. So we've got Tush, Michael Tad, Robin Saab,
200.
Don Colbert, Alan Cusden, Louis Eckstein from Slate, Steve Walker,
Yeah, 200 with Aldo.
Smirk, Pink,
Holiday 200.
and Cheshire Philly,
Philly.
Laminka Lima. All right, so there's a couple of good players in this group, actually. We've got 200 from Steve Halliday,
Jamo,
For-
Group 10.
210 from Jamo. Number 4 in this group, Don Colbert. I can tell you right now, I played with him in the over 60s at the Nationals just gone in Perth, and we wouldn't have won it without Don Colbert. Absolutely starred in the playoff in the grand final. Won
There's nothing to do, so it'll be fraction all the time.
215.
once. I think it was 4 from 4 or won 6 from 6 in the finals. Anyway, Shane O'Brien, $215. There's a bit of value in this group. There's a few players here. Don Colbert has made the final at Berry. Lost to
Press play, mate.
What's that?
See that? Press play.
lost to Mick Delahunty, but Don Colbert's final of the major comp winner at the time, probably the hardest competition in Australia to win. Tush can play, Michael Tan. Yeah, there's a few players here. Louis can play as well.
30 seconds.
Right, we're on 30 seconds. It's with Shane O'Brien, $215. Going once. Going twice. The last of the value ones here.
240, Cam.
240 we've got
From Facebook.
from Facebook.
Lawless doesn't know how to use YouTube.
Cam Lawless.
He's been banned from, not my
Banned from Facebook.
Yeah.
Don King bid 220, but Cam Lawless has bid 240. Louis bid 250. Oh, is Louis in this group or not? He is. Yeah, Louis in this group. Yeah, it's a good group, this. $250 we have with Louis.
280, Cam.
280 with Cam Lawless on Facebook. $280 with Cam. Second last group, I think it is. Second last group.
Second last chance to get the big one.
He said sell it. Oh,
300 from Louis. 300 from Louis.
320.
320.
Proof's up.
from Cam. A few good players in this group, a few smokies here. They wouldn't all be betting on the same couple of blokes here either, because there's a few of them. Right, 320 from Cam, and we've got to close it up. So, Group 28, Tush and Co, $320 going once.
10 seconds.
Going twice. And sold for $320 to Cam. Right, the last group we've got here, we've got Chugga Martin, Travis Martin, Theo Nicopoulos, George Zamoya, Peter Knight, Simon Henry, Troy Post, Sammy Rasido. I have not seen this bloke since the Mooney Ponds days 30 years ago. Very good snooker player, Sammy Rasido. Chris Felmingham, Himmel Singh, and Zach Flanders. Oh yeah, a couple of smokies in here, trying to sneak past the.
All those guys entered on the last
200 Stephen Halliday.
Chugga.
200 Stephen Halliday.
All right, we've got a bit of 200 from Steve Halliday.
250 Cannon Gannon.
250 from Cannon. There's a few smokies here.
350 Steve Halliday.
350 with Steve Halliday. Chugga beat Rusty to win a Queensland State singles title not that long ago. George Zamoy plays all right. Theo Nicopoulos, Peter Knight, something. 400 with Ash. There's a smoky from up his way too that we don't know about possibly.
George Zamoy goes right.
Yeah.
Jamo 3, no, too late too.
Jamo's 350, but he forgot to add the extra $10 in it. Still wouldn't have been enough.
Wouldn't have been,
We're at $400 with Ash Voigt.
Jamo is taking a break, I think. Call it break. He'll be back.
Sammy Rasido, fair dinkum. He used to drive around in a BMW. He won in a poker game. Anyway, yeah, good bloke. I used to, fucking 30 years since I've seen him. All right, 30 seconds. We've got Ash Vott still at $400. Ash Vott, $400 going once. Ash Vott, $400 for the last group going twice, and sold to Ash Vott for $400. Right, thanks everybody for your groups. We're up $13,500, so we're definitely well and truly on our way to a record amount. This could be a really big Calcutta, this. So the possibility of having a
16 more chances.
having a $30,000 Calcutta is a lie, because most of these blokes could go for anything up to $1,000 each.
Yep. There's 16 chances to become a trainer.
16 very good players to go. Right, we're going to go straight into it, lads. We're going to start off with number 16 on the list here, the 16th to last chance you've got. And believe me, this bloke is a live runner. We've got Jack Green, who, what was that? He was runner-up. He was runner-up at Albury. He was part of the under-23 Australian Championship winning team.
250, 300 Jack Phillips.
Right, so we got 200. We got 200 from Jack Green, 250 from Steve Halliday, 300 from Jack Phillips, 400 from Scotty Parker. All these people saw him play in Perth, so they all know. Velo Julik, $500. Jack Phillips was $450, but now it's Velo Julik at $500. So, yeah, Jack Green can win this tournament. There's no doubt in the world there. Hilly's $400, but it's currently at $500 with Velo.
510 gets it.
$500 at the moment with Velo, and we've got to put it on a 60-second clock.
Have a look at the keys.
This bloke can win the tournament, and with what the payout here is going to be, anything up to 10 grand for $500 concession, exceptional value. You're getting 20 to 1 about a live chance you can win the tournament. All right, 30 seconds.
600,
Jack Green, $600. He's backing himself. He knows he can win it.
That's what we love about him.
650 Dickie.
650 Dickie coming
Jordan Parker 600, but we already had 600. Now we've got Richard Williams at 650. Still way unders from Velo. He reckons this should be $1,000, and I tend to agree with him. $700 from Jordan Parker. $700 doggy style. That's what he'll give if Jack gives it to him, doggy style. 700 we've got from 800 from Louis. 800 from Louis. Some new blood again here. This is good. Some new names.
We'll get it, boys. We'll get it.
It's not all Richard, Robbie and Jamo. Yeah, $1,000 is a big chance here. Louis at $800 we have for Jack Green.
60 seconds.
Jack Green can win this tournament, can win you 10 grand. Remembering it's concession. You'll still make money if he makes the top 8.
45 seconds.
You'll well and truly make money. You'll double your money. It's Louis at $800 and we've got 30 seconds. Jack Green going once with Louis. Jack Green going twice. 900 from Jordan Parker. For what a green dog. For the green dog.
Obviously a mate. Back in his mate.
Yeah. Must be a mate of Jack Green's, yep. $900 we have for Jordan Parker. We're on the clock. Come on, Louis. 1,000 could do this. He's worth 1,000. Can win the tournament. Still get your money back if he makes the top 8. You'll make money.
30 seconds.
30 seconds we have on Jack Green. 900 it is with Jordan Parker. Jordan Parker bidding on the green dog.
Where's Jamo? He's 910.
Jamo, 910, any danger?
10 seconds.
Richard Williams. All right. Jordan Parker's got him for 900. Going once, twice, and sold to Jordan Parker for $900. Well done. All right. Now we've got a recent winner of this tournament. Mick Reardon. Won it, what, 3 years ago, was it?
Beat Michael Scarry in the final.
Beat Mick Scary. Beat a world champion in the final, I think 3 years ago. Somewhere around there.
3 years.
So Mick Reardon, we got 500 to start with Mick Reardon.
He was 14-1 down against Nick Howie and he beat him 15-1.
14.
That doesn't make sense.
15, 14, you mean.
15-14. 14-1 down against Nick Howie and beat him 15-14. Fair dinkum. All right. So we've got Mick Reardon, and we got $500 for Mick Reardon.
900.
There's a mission here, but that was in the last one. I don't know if that you meant that for yourself.
Anthony Hill, 400. We bid Jamo by 200 already.
All right, Jamo was 200, Hilly's 400. Is that Mick Reardon 500 or not?
No, that was bidding in the last.
All right, sorry. We got Jamo at 200. We got Hilly at 400. We got Richard Williams at 450. We got Jamo at 410. Doesn't do any good. So it's with Dickie at the moment for 450. This is for Mick Reardon, winner of this tournament. 450 to win 10,000 concession possibly.
Pretty sure he came out of those groups that time when he did that.
Will pretty much triple his money even if he just makes the last 8.
500 Jamo.
Jamo 500. Where's the 10?
Reardon's a straight buy into the Sunday too.
Reardon straight into the final on the Sunday. He's paid 150.
Yeah.
He's paid 150 to go straight in. Richard Williams 510 just to stick it up Jamo.
He borrowed it off Jamo.
Yeah, he's got your $10 note, Jamo. That screwed up smelly one that you got for your first wages. 510 with Richard Williams. And he's already qualified. He's got through the Saturday, he's into the Sunday. Not that he wasn't going to do that anyway.
Anthony
Hilly, 520. All right, boys, if we're going to do $10 bids, we're going to have to knock him on the head. Let's get fair dinkum here. This is the bloke who can win the tournament. Should be up around the $1,000 mark, and it's going to take all night if we go up in tens. $550 with Richard.
Yeah, we won't accept less than 50s now.
All right, $50 bids from here on out on the single players. Jamo, you've been warned. $550 with Richard Williams, and we're only taking minimum $50 bids. It's with Richard Williams at $550, still very, very cheap. $600 with Mark Robertson, not a bad judge, just quietly.
Well, he did beat Michael.
That might be Scary's bid.
He beat Michael.
Yeah, he beat Mark Williams.
Williams.
Richard Williams at $650, Jamo at $750. Right, the big boys are coming out now, and if Mark Robertson's bidding, we know he's got some faith in the boy. $750, and this is going to be a massive Calcutta. We're up over 13,500 already, and we're only at the start of the single group.
They're not even bidding for live, eh?
No, you want me to refresh it?
Just click on the live. Yes.
Just press it.
Press play?
What?
Live, see the live part? Press on live.
Oh.
Just go there. That actually press, and it'll go red, see? That means you're live.
All right, we're up over $15,000.
$750 for Jamo.
15,000 already. $750 we have with Jamo. This is for a past winner of the tournament, Mick Reardon. And believe me now, there's not going to be any cheap buys left now. $750, we'll take your $50 bids. We're on the clock. You've got 30 seconds left.
There he is with the treasure trophy in the picture.
There with Ray.
Yep.
Over the prestigious.
It's with Jamo at $750, going once. For Mick Reardon with Jamo, going twice at $750, and sold to Jamo at $750.
Goodbye, Jamo.
Over $1,500 to total, 15,000. So I'd say there's a huge chance we're going to get well past the 24,000 from last year. Right, Clacky. I don't know how many times. Clacky's probably made about, I am guessing because he did give up pool for about 6 years or so, but I'd still say he's made a dozen Australian teams. He's been captain of the Australian team for the last about 5 or 6 years. So we've got Paul Clack, who, along with Jake McCartney, the only other Australian male representative to play in the ultimate pool. So,
400 Jeff Cannon.
right, Cannon Gannon, $400 we have. This is for Paul Clack. $600 with Hilly. This is for Paul Clack. $600 is about half what he's worth. Paul Clack can win this tournament, and he's due, just quietly. One of the most experienced players in Australia. Was runner-up to Ben Noonan in the Australian singles final.
And his son went for what? What did his son go?
His son went for 1,100 at least.
No, it wasn't at 9. I'll mark it.
So this is the sire only going for 600.
Yeah, if you want to get weak.
Paul Clack, 600.
If you're picking up Weeks Junior, you might as well get Weeks.
Well, I tell you, Toby went for 1,100. Clanky's well under the odds here at $600.
Go to the front of this. You'll see taking his name. Yeah, 23.
Anyway, can you get it back on the screen? I've got to.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
650.
No, 1450 you went for.
650 Bowen.
650 we've got from Rob Bowen, his captain this year at the Nationals. And Clacky's son went for 1450. We've only got 700 now from Hilly. Some Horsham money coming in. And we still haven't got to half the price of what his son went for. Richard Williams, 750. We've already got that from Rob Bowen. Sorry, Diggy. 750 we have from Rob Bowen.
And he's taking 50s.
This has got to be over 1,000. If his son goes for 1450, 800 from Hilly. You're still getting about 15 to 1 concession. This is incredible odds.
30 seconds.
Anthony Hill's on the clock with Hilly at $800, 30 seconds. Rob Bowen, $850. There's still value in this at $1,000, I'll tell you right now.
Someone throws out 1,000, I'll get it.
Rob Bowen, $850, and it's a cheap buy. We're on the clock. Rob Bowen going for the first time, $850. 900 from Hilly. 1,000 might do this. Jump into 1,000, I reckon you'll get it. $900 from Hilly. What's that? 10. Jamo. No $10 bids. Sorry, Jamo. It's 900 with Hilly. $50 only bids in the single groups. It's 900 with Hilly.
30 seconds.
$900 going once.
Phone number, pay ID.
Jamo still can't get rid of that $10 note. It's $1,000. No, Hilly, you don't need the bid.
Yeah, tell him.
Hilly, you've got the bid at 900.
We're not taking Jamo.
We're not taking Jamo's bid of 910. $50 only bids.
It's illegal.
1,000 Hilly.
No.
Yeah, but Hilly's got it at 900.
Yeah. Oh, Matty.
Matty the Holsdonk is coming at $1,000.
No,
Oh,
no, Hilly's got 1,000.
no, I know, mate, but we said that Jamo's big.
Matt the Holsdonk.
He had him at 900.
Matty,
Oh,
You
okay.
understand?
1,000.
Now, what do we do? Matty,
Well, is Matty V bidding 1,000 or not?
yes.
Matty V
No, it can't be,
but-
because,
but
no,
did Anthony Hill, but
Hilly's got the
we
first
weren't
1,000.
accepting it because
No, I know, but we weren't accepting.
You already
his
held
1,000,
the highest
You did it 900, exactly.
Why
Exactly.
would we?
Yeah, there's a bit of confusion here because Hilly's bid 1,000, but we weren't accepting that because Jamo's bid of 910 didn't stand.
Yep.
So now we believe Matty the Holsdonk's bid 1,000. So
Back to Matty.
yeah, it looks like it's with Matty at the moment because we couldn't accept Hilly's bid because he's bidding against himself.
And if Jamo bids like that again, it'll be null and void.
Jamo will be banned from the auction if he bids any more $10 bids.
And that comp.
Right, so Hilly, I'm sorry. What do we got here? Now Jamo's bid 1,050. That is a live bid. So
He's wearing the pants again.
the bid for Paul Clark is $1,050. Everybody's back in action.
Actually, Jamo's barred from sale. Jamo's barred from Geelong from sale.
Right. The bid is 1,050 with Jamo. It's against Matty and Hilly. 1,050, and we're on the clock. We've got 30 seconds. 1,050 with Jamo. Going once. 1,050 going twice. And sold to Jamo for 1,050. He didn't get rid of his $10, but he's finally been successful in a bid.
He put his pants on. Put his pants on, John.
So what's that up to? Is that 17,000 now?
Yeah.
Or is that live?
16-1. Yeah.
Hilly just put.
Right, we're up over 16,000.
Hang on. Hilly,
Oh, Jesus, what's going on?
Hilly got it.
Hilly's gone 1,100.
Yep.
Velo hasn't put the sold sign up because it's the lag's still there.
So 30 seconds from now.
Oh, Jesus. All right. All right, we're on the clock again. Jamo, sorry, you still haven't been successful.
Yep. 1,100. Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill holds the bid at $1,100.
30 seconds.
And we're on the clock again at 30 seconds. Anthony Hill at $1,100. This is still for Paul Clack, the current Australian captain, Paul Clack. $1,100 with Anthony Hill. Going once. $1,100 going twice. And sold to Hilly for $1,100. All right. Next up, we've got the man himself, Jack Phillips. Was he player of the carnival at the Nationals or not? I think he ended up on the highest percentage. Or if he
Made Australian side in his first
He
game.
definitely made the Australian team at his first Nationals for Victoria. He has represented other states, especially ACT. But Jack Phillips played unbelievably at the national titles. A major reason behind
Matty's already
Vic-
put in 1,000.
Victoria winning the Australian titles in Perth.
500.
Right, we've got Jack Phillips. Trent's bid 500, but Matty's bid 1,000.
Yep, 1,000.
Cannon Gannon bid 600 as well.
Matty Van.
Matty Verholstonk bid 1,000.
That's the leading bid. Fred White.
Yeah, Luke Foster might have stole the player of the carnival off Jack Phillips.
He was.
So Fred White's bid $70, but I don't think that's
700.
that might have been 700. Yeah, but he's seen the $1,000 bid from Matty. So we've got Jack Phillips at 1,000 now. We've got Jamo at 1,050. Jamo hasn't been successful on anybody all night tonight, so I doubt whether this is going to hold up. It's Jamo at 1,050. And remembering all the bids are at $50 now, even Jamo's cotton on to that. Someone just bid 1,100, I think.
Yes, Scotty Easton.
Scotty Easton, $1,100 for Jack Phillips.
Jamo actually hasn't won a bid, has he?
No.
He nearly won.
He nearly won one.
Fuck him, he nearly won.
No, he bought one before.
Did he? All right. Scotty Easton's got it at $1,100. We've got to speed this up, boys. We're up over $17,000 here, and we've still got a lot of people to go. $1,100 we've got with Scotty Easton. This is for Jack Phillips. Played absolutely huge in the national titles. He's got his table at home. He's got an all-star table at home, exactly the same as what he'll be playing on. Jamo 1150.
And if he's motivated, Jack has...
Mark Robertson $1,200.
Good.
And Robbo's a good judge. Don't worry about that. He doesn't.
Like a Mark Cummins and Don of the trainers.
Robbo doesn't throw money away. I'll give you the mail.
And it's hard.
He might have scare in his back kick going halves here.
Yeah.
It's the smart money, they say. Right, it's with Mark Robertson at $1,200. Believe me now, if you saw Jack Phillips,
1260. That's okay.
$1,250 you can have, Jamo.
1250. Yeah.
$1,250 you've got him at. If you saw Jack Phillips play over in Perth, you'd be bidding $1,500 all day long.
Next bid could be 1300.
It's with Jamo at $1,250 at the moment. You can put the $10 in the kiddies box, the bar.
We'll chuck it up. Chuck the 30 seconds.
Right, Jamo at $1,250, and we've got 30 seconds on the clock. This is Jack Phillips, $1,250 with Jamo. Don't let Jamo win a bid, for God's sake. Come on, Robbo, get back in there, son. It's only $100 more than what you bid before.
Mark Robinson,
$1,350 to Robbo. Scary money, scary money. Scary spelled a bit different to how you'd normally spell it. It's the other scary.
Michael, I can't believe you letting Mark beat you.
Right, $1,350 it is with Mark Robertson. $1,350 we have for Jack Phillips. This is the money from blokes who know who these players are. They know who can win the tournament.
Matty V's his manager. He should be pulling it up a bit more.
Yeah. Right, $1,350 with Mark Robertson. And we're on the clock.
And he don't let Robbo beat you.
It's $1,350, $1,400 with Matty. Matty sold some firewood this week. How does he sell firewood when it's 40 degrees during the day?
1400.
He's a genius. Matty V, $1,400.
The green tables guru. He's got him covered. Got his boy covered.
Yeah. $1,400 with Matty V. Mark Robertson, he might have had a quiet week. Mark Robertson's been out installing some cameras or something this week. If he has, he'll be $1,500 in a second. Matty V, Trent Reinheimer, shush. Right, it's Matty V, $1,400 going once. $1,500 from Mark Robbo. Neil's brothers come to the party.
Hey, come with his own money too. I like it.
Right, Robbo, $1,500. God knows what he's going to bid on himself then. This could be a $30,000 Calcutta the way things are going here.
Obviously rates.
It's
rates Jack to make the final with it.
Mark Robertson reckons Jack Phillips is going to be playing the final against himself. So Mark Robbo and Jack Phillips for the final. $1,500 we've got with Mark Robertson. Mark Burton, 1550.
Another Mark steps in.
Yes.
The money's coming, folks.
And Richard Williams hasn't started bidding yet.
And if you watch this boy over the last 12 months,
Hang
he's
on.
done good.
Rob Bowen's had his 6th bottle of red and he's gone to sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want me to bring it down?
Right, Mark Burton at $1,550 going once.
I bought Jack last year.
Oh, Robbo. Okay, just practice for 15 minutes, man.
Rob Bowen's asleep, he's got the Z's out. Mark Burton, $1,550 going twice. And we've got to sell him. So, Velo, get ready to put the sold sign up.
Yeah.
And Mark Burton, hang on, $1,600 from Matty V. Just in the last touch.
Here comes the manager. Give me at least 20 second lag.
All right, so
Jamo,
there's at least 20-second lag. Announce it.
you can hold.
Let them know, refresh the stream every now and then.
Yeah, refresh your screen every now and then, especially if you're on the Facebook one.
And you're miles away.
All right, so the current bid is with Matty V at $1,600. He's selling a lot of firewood in these 40+ degree days.
1600.
1,600 we have, going once. 1,600 going twice. Geez, Mark Burton's been stiff. He's just been getting
Here we
nutted
go.
all the time.
Gary's on here.
Oh, Mark, who told you to spend our money? Mark's been out of the joint account and Scooty's not happy.
Michael, isn't it too
All right, hang on, we're out of time here, so we've got to sell him.
16?
Oh, Mark Burton, 1,650, here he comes again.
And 30 seconds, get back to the dishes, Mick. It's your week.
Hey,
It's your week,
hey,
Michael.
hey, Mick, don't forget you've got to take the rubbish out at Sunday night. Right, Mark Burton, $1,650. We know there's a bit of a lag on here, but we've got to sell him, so it's $1,650 with Mark Burton going once. $1,650 going twice. We've given the lag enough time.
Hang on 1 sec. We'll just put this in, then we can click it.
And time's up. So sold to Mark Burton for $1,650. Well done, Mark. It's a great buy.
Great buy.
And if he plays like he did in Perth, you're in the money there.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, have a look at this. We've got Sean Dempsey, was the current Victorian champion, wasn't he? Rob Bowen won it last year. So he was the previous year's Victorian champion.
Probably one of the main up-and-coming young Victorians.
600, 1,000.
All right, we've got 1,000. Just won the, what did he win? No, he's part of the 3-man team that won the Australian under-23 team championship for Victoria. We've got $1,000 bid. Can we see what's going on here?
Holiday for 1,000. I've got it.
Steve Halliday, $1,000 we have.
Ken Beaumont, 1,050.
Kent Beaumont, $1,050.
Rob Bowen, 11.
Rob Bowen, $1,100.
Pop that cork, Rob.
Rob Bowen, Kent Bowman, $1,150. Richard Williams, $1,300.
Here come the,
They all watched him play in Perth.
here comes the big boys round the
Richard Williams, $1,300. He must have gone to the toilet while Jack was playing because he missed out there, but he's back on board. Diggy's $1,300 on Sean Dempsey. $1,300 we have with Richard. $1,350 with Kent Beaumont.
15 gets in, boys.
No, it might not. I thought that was going to happen with Jack, but they all...
15.
$1,500 with Diggy.
And 30 seconds for that.
Well, we've got to be careful with this lag because sometimes we've been selling them. But we've got it on the timer, so it's $1,500 with Richard.
He's been pretty good with this.
I heard the lag there, so yeah, it's about 20 seconds.
So 20 seconds.
All right, $1,500 we have with Richard Williams. Going once. This is Sean Dempsey, $1,500 going twice. Get ready to write it in, Valerie. And sold for $1,500 to Richard Williams.
Now, the kiddies at,
19,350.
and we've still got 11 players to go.
Right, we're at 19,350 and we've still got 11 players to go, and the average of them is going to be over $1,000. So it's more than likely we're going to be over a $30,000 pot. $30,000 pot, take 3,000 out, you got 27,000. That's 2,700, 5,4, that's 10,800 if you buy the winner. Yeah, so you can see the sort of value that we're going to have here. Some of those early groups, you certainly didn't overpay on a lot of them, because there's some money going to be won here. All right, where are we up to? Jake Phillips, Sean Dempsey, Dave Roffel.
2013 beat Kurt Dunham.
Dave Roffel won this tournament in 2013. And I've got $1,000 to start him.
800. Oh.
Cannon Gannon was 800,
They are 1,000.
and I've just bid 1,000. So we have 1,000 for Dave Roffel.
And 10 seconds.
Going once, going twice. I'm happy to have him for 1,000. I'll give you the mail. Richard Williams, 1,100.
Dickie's bought it here.
Yep.
He's the only bloke in Queensland who's got more money than Rusty.
Rusty just let all these go over in Vegas.
Yeah, in the first 3 days.
Right, 1,200 with me.
And that was at Disneyland.
Right, it's 1,200 with myself. Dickie's not going to let that happen. Here comes 1,300. I tell you what, if you go straight to 1,500, I might stop bidding, Dickie. Mark Robertson, 1,500. Well, I was only going to stop if Richard went to 1,500. That means I can still keep bidding.
Robbo is not betting on himself.
Nah.
He's using his money wisely here.
Susie wouldn't let him bid 1,500, but if both her husbands put in 750 each, might be different.
Robbo doesn't have to do it for the money now. He does it for pleasure.
Yeah.
He'd rather own horses.
Right, it's with Mark Robertson at 1,500.
Here we go, 30 seconds.
30 seconds. This bloke can win the tournament. Last year in South Australia, he won just about everything. I think he won the Canberra tournament as well. Richard Williams, 1,600 we have.
South Australia?
South Australia, yeah.
Played last year, he beat
I tell you what, if you saw
Kelly.
him, yeah, he beat Ron Kelly in the final. Was that the grand final? He won the Empire tournament, and if you've seen him play in that tournament, you'd be bidding 2,000 here, because I tell you now, it's one of the best displays of 8-ball I've ever seen.
I think he put Jakey up, right? 1,600.
Yeah, he did. Beat Jake McCartney.
1,600, Richard.
Yeah, we've already. Oh,
You're at Robbo.
yeah. No, Susie bids 1,800. Everyone loves Susie. Right.
1,800.
Susie Robertson's bid 1,800.
Whoa!
And Susie only bids when she knows she's on a sure thing. So I think Richard might have the first $2,000 bid here. The pot's up over 21,000 already, so 30,000 is a definite now. Some people got some very good buys early on, but there's not going to be too many more bargains
30
left.
seconds on 30.
It's 1,800 with Susie Robertson. And we're on 30 seconds. $1,800 we have for Dave Roffel.
2,000.
2,000 we've got. With who?
Lansborough.
Rabbit.
With the rabbit. The rabbit's jumped in at 2,000.
But he's got in on the Facebook, so we're putting the post up now.
Yeah, that's on a Facebook bid. So rabbit's bid $2,000. Steve Lansborough, $2,000 on Dave Roffel. Believe me now, if this bloke gets into top gear, there's no stopping him.
Very good.
Jake will have trouble. I think he beat Jake at at Empire when we were over there last year. He won just about everything in South Australia last year, and probably one of the hardest states in Australia to actually win major comps.
Very consistent.
Just does not make mistakes and does not miss balls. Right, it's valid. It's it's $2,000, and we've got to sell him. $2,000 with Rabbit. $2,000 going once. 2,000 going twice. And sold for $2,000. By memory, there's only been a couple of $2,000 bids before. I remember Mark Williams being bid $2,000 at Berry Boys Queensland mate one year.
That was 1,200. That was the best at the time.
Was it 1,200?
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 grand.
13,000 was the biggest tournament.
There has been another 2 grand, I
We
reckon.
smash it.
Yeah.
After that, there's been a
All right, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Rusty hasn't jumped in here, but maybe he did spend all his money in Queensland.
maybe you can change that.
All right, who's next up, kids? Because this has gone on the blink again.
The venue owner.
The venue owner.
Joel, wow,
Number 10 seed.
one of my favourite,
100.
one of my favourite players. One of my favourite players.
1,000.
1,000, yeah. I was going to say I'll bet 1,000.
No,
1,000 on Sicky.
she,
Who's Sicky?
That's the bloke owning him at the moment.
Yeah, I thought he was
He'll be Sicky if Joel doesn't fire up.
I know
Anyway.
he is, sure.
Anyway, we've got it. We've got $1,000 with Sicky on Joel Younger.
Jackson.
oh,
that's it.
Jackson,
Yeah.
Geelong.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Jackson, forgot.
No one plays on these tables better than Joel Younger. He loved the company that much. Actually, he did.
Straight by into the Sunday.
He's straight into the Sunday too, so there's no qualifying for Joel. Not that that was going to be a problem. Rob Bowen, $1,200. Jordan Parker, $1,200 as well, but we've got Rob Bowen's first. Richard Williams, $1,350. And just letting everybody know, for the tournament, Joel did have a few tables right up the top that were probably a little bit scratchy. But as well as the 10 top-of-the-range all-star tables he's got down the bottom, he's gone and bought the 16 tables from the national titles.
1,500 pounds.
Rob Bowen, $1,500. He went and bought the 16 tables that were up in Albury for the Australian Championship. So he's now got all his tables in the venue will be... All the tables will be all-star tables, and they're all up to scratch. So there's, every table in the joint will be playing fantastic. Right, so Richard Williams, $1,650. We missed, who was $1,600 before that?
That was Mitch Adams.
Mitch Adams was $1,600. Richard Williams, $1,650 now.
He's won it.
Mitch Adams came in on Facebook, did he?
He's won it twice.
Joel's won the tournament twice. It's his own tournament, well, his own venue, his own tournament. He's won it twice.
That's funny, it hasn't come on there. You got to put the thing down. See the arrow? Yeah, put it down to the bottom. It is.
Those last 2 bids haven't shown up. Are they only on Facebook? They might only be on Facebook, so you've got to add them to this.
No, they're here.
16.
See?
Oh, Richard Williams, $1,650. Yeah, Rob Bowen was $1,500. All right.
Jamo 18.
Jamo, $1,800.
Jamo should know, he's won the tournament.
Yeah, Jamo did win it a few years back. We went out to that steakhouse afterwards. Matty Farrell, $1,850. Looks like there's another $2,000 one coming straight up.
And you weren't wrong about the money building, John.
This is going to be the biggest Calcutta we've ever had in Australia. I think it already just about is.
If you want a deposit for something, here it is, folks.
Yeah, if you're buying a little bungalow out the back of your joint, this will more than cover it. You're going to be getting over 10,000, that's for sure. Well over 10,000 to the winner, and well over probably close enough to 1,500 if they make the last 8.
2050.
2,050 from Robbo.
Susie from Susie.
Well, we'll put it down as Susie.
If it's over 1,800, it's from Susie.
Yeah.
21. Diggy.
Richard Williams, 2,100.
Jamo, too late.
Jamo, 2,100 as well, but
Still bids at 50, Jamo.
Dickie got in first.
22 gets it, Jamo.
No, it won't. This is 2.5 grand, this one. No bids from JR. Kids are expensive. Correct. I bought someone for 1,000 before, didn't I? Or didn't I? No, maybe I didn't.
2,100
Plus a night with
staff.
any of the staff.
Yeah. You've already bid 21, mate. You're not getting the staff.
Hey, Jamo, that's not a $50 bid. That's about fucking. It's about 500 thrown on top. 1,000 maybe. Right, it's 2,100 with Richard Williams at the moment. 23.50 with Robbo. Robbo's done some overtime. Or maybe it is Susie. Susie sent Robbo to bed and said, "I'm going to bid from here on out."
Only allowed to bid 1,800. Then the big money comes in. They're doing all right as a team. Team Robertson, 23.50.
23.50 with Robbo, one of the best judges in the country.
Any other trainers coming out? No, see, Robbo thinks that's the
23.50 with Robbo, and we do have to sell him, so we're on the clock. $23.50, and we're
On the clock.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. We've got 2,400 from King Richard.
These are big bids. Good bids. Joel's practicing as we speak, isn't he?
What about King Charles? Charlie might have gone to bed. He's retired. He doesn't have to go to bed early. Charlie Hawke, you should be getting involved here.
He's waiting for some of his favourites.
It's Richard Williams at 2,400, outbidding Susie. Outbidding Susie. 2,400 with Richard, going once. No,
Robbo.
nobody letting me buy anyone. Calcutta stuff, it's crap. Michael Scary's jumped on board. 24.50 from Robbo. 24.50 from Robbo.
He's busy bidding, Michael. Get your own. Bad time you competed.
Robbo, have you taken the rubbish out yet? Oh no, sorry, Scary.
Yeah, because Robbo's doing the bidding.
Richard Williams, 2,500.
Hello.
That's definitely the first 2,500
No pressure on
bid
you,
we've
Joel.
had.
No pressure.
2,500 with Richard, going once. Robbo, go and have a look in Susie's purse. You'll get up to $3,000. Richard Williams, 2,500. Jamo Wow. Supposed to be Jamo Wowzer. Richard Williams, 2,500 on Joel, going once, going twice. Mark Robson, Susie loves Joel. And we've got to do it. Sold to Richard Williams, $2,500.
Oh, big buy.
Well done, Richard.
Let's move on. Seed 9. Seed number 9.
Right, 48. Oh, hang on, I've let the world know. All right. We're up to Tim Dixon. Oh, one of my favourites. Now, this bloke can play. Well, here's 1,000 to start. We've got 1,000 for Tim. 13.50, 1,500. Well, that got blown out of water very quick. Scotty Parker's jumped to 1,000.
Straight by into the Sunday because he couldn't get a baby sitter for his dog.
Right.
Lowe's got 15. Oh, shit.
Buffer?
Tim Dixon, he's straight into Sunday. We've got 1,800. 1,800 for Tim. 16.50 won't do it. 2,000 from Richard. Richard Williams, $2,000. Steve Halliday, you keep jumping in a bit too late all the time.
It's on your lag. You might as well add 200 to it.
2,000 from Steve Halliday. Just throw the GST on top and you're a live bid. It's 2,000 with Richard Williams at the moment.
Get in early, Steve Halliday.
The only probably who has a one.
Rob Bowen, 2,200. Halliday, you'll have to add more than the GST. Rob Bowen with 2,200. He's definitely had a pay rise. Richard Williams, 2,400.
We're 26,000 at the moment.
We're at 26,000 and 40,000 is looking more likely than 30,000 at the moment.
Hey, Dan, that isn't including the 2.4, is it? 26,000, yes?
Update.
Okay.
We've still got about 8 blokes to go after this.
Yeah.
We've got another $12,000 to go.
It's only number 9.
Right, 2,400 it is with Richard Williams. Can we get another $2,500 bid? Tim probably should be favourite to win the tournament at the moment. 2.5 we have
Oh, food.
Bowen.
from Rob Bowen. 2,500 from Rob Bowen. Richard will be back involved in this, no way about that. 2.5 we have from Rob Bowen. Charlie Hawke, what have you gone to bed, mate? Charlie, just let us know you're alive. I don't want to send any medicals out.
Thumbs up.
Just a thumbs up will do, Charles. I want to see King Charles back against King Richard. 2,600 from Richard. There's never been a King Rob, has there? No. 2,600 with Richard Williams.
And 30 seconds.
We're on the timer. Mark Robertson, 2,700. Susie's still up.
No, Susie's taking over the typing. Here we go.
2,700 with Robbo.
She doesn't like you, Dickie.
Susie doesn't only like Joel, she likes Tim too. 2,700 with Robbo.
Doesn't like Dickie, but.
Richard doesn't like being outbid though, so you can guarantee this. Could be a $3,000 bid coming here from Richard.
No, Charlie.
Charlie Hawke, thumbs up.
Charlie!
Oh, jeez.
Gentleman walks, the gentleman talks.
I was going to get the defibrillator out of me boot too. Charlie's come good. Hey, Charlie, you can't take it with you. Remember that. 2,900. He's letting Susie have the 3,000 bid. Charlie, spend some of it. You can't take it with you. The old man told me there's no sense being the richest man in the graveyard. Richard Williams, 2,900. This is for Tim Dixon.
Sunday night, who would have thought?
2,900 with Richard Williams.
Sounds late, eh?
Roughly, brother.
3,000 with Jamo. Whew.
3,000 with Gemma.
But you know what? Never got a hold of it.
Yeah.
Jamo, $3,000. He's getting serious.
And you've got all your carers.
Charlie Hawke, he's got a smiley face on. Charlie's looking like this is a win. I've saved $3,000 here. All right, $3,000 with Jamo. We've got to sell him. This is Tim Dixon. Tim Dixon, $3,000. Jamo going once. The first $3,000 we've ever had bid in the Calcutta. $3,000 going with Jamo twice. 3,100 with Richard. 3,100 we have.
You're breaking records here, folks. Breaking records.
And is that the running total? 27,000 or what?
26,950.
Yeah.
Got it.
He's selling half. Jamo's selling half for 2,000. It's with Richard, 3,100, and we've got to keep it going. So 3,100 for Richard Williams. With Richard Williams for Tim Dixon. 3,100 going once. $3,100 going twice.
Oh, and it's only costing you 2 with Gemma.
And get ready to write it out. And sold to Richard Williams, $3,100. Well done, Richard.
Fucking big bid, mate. Big bid.
Well, I think we've had bid after bid after bid being the highest bids ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, where are we up to?
31. See?
All right, Gus DeGiorgio. Well, on the current bidding, I've got a...
1,500.
Eh?
1,500 starter.
I was going to say I'm going to bid 1,200 and we got 1,500 knocked me out of the water.
Yeah.
All right, well, I can't get a go in here. All right, Gus DeGiorgio, we've got a $1,500 opening bid.
Which is the biggest starting bid, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest starting bid I've ever seen. $1,500 we have for Gus DeGiorgio. Rob Bowen, $1,600. Oh, look, I just want to have a bid. I know it's not going to win, but I'll go $1,700. Just just to keep you honest. I just want to get my name up in lights.
18.
Well, I didn't even get my name up. Richard Williams, 1800. Fred White's 1800, but Richard was in first. Richard Williams holds it at 1800. He was in before Fred. Richard Williams at 1800. And I tell you right now, Gus is hitting the ball as well as anybody around. I've been watching a bit of him lately. Mildura, he played huge. He got beaten by a couple of freak shots. Anthony Hill, $2,000.
Can you tell Rusty that we can get him in if he plays on the Saturday? It's a $10,000 first prize, that's what he's asked for.
Yeah, but that's the Calcutta first prize.
Oh, that's right, sorry, he's got to buy him.
But he's got to buy himself. He'll get himself for 800. Richard Williams, 2,200. Cohen Hilly.
The thriller from Manila, eh?
Spend that $5,000 you saved on Lorna's car. Richard Williams at 2,200.
That's not all Gus and City. Michael, please. His mum's watching.
We've possibly got the best female player and one of the top male players in the same family here, the DiGiorgio family. And the old man's not bad either.
He's not bad, he's a state rep.
I'd hate to see what Mum would do if she picked up a cue.
Belt someone with it.
All right, we've got to sell this. We've got Richard Williams at 2,200 and we're on 30 seconds.
You say no, Frank is the toughest in the team.
Nothing on Facebook, no. Richard Williams at $2,200 going once. Richard Williams on Gus DiGiorgio, $2,200 going twice. And we've got to sell him to get typing. Vo, start typing.
You tell him, Franco.
And Gus DiGiorgio sold for $2,200 to Richard Williams.
Goodbye.
Well done again, mate. Can someone refresh the total? Because it should be well over 29,000, well into 30.
29,150.
Is that right? I thought it was that before we sold him.
No.
Huh?
It runs as soon as
It runs as it
Ah.
comes on.
All right. Right, who we got next? Steve Jamison. I'll bid 200.
Dude, can we get tens for him or not?
250 from Kev Harvey.
Can we bid tens on
300 from Velo. Velo's gone 310. I can't accept that bid, Velo. It's got to be in 50s.
What happened?
All right, Velo says 350 for Jamo.
The Jam,
666.
That validate 666.
All right. I'd never do this normally, but just because of the prize pool, I'll bid 800 for Jamo.
he's 10.
Oh, hang on. Jamo's a previous winner.
Straight buy in.
Jamo, a previous winner.
10,1,000.
Right, the 800 didn't last long because it's Thames up at 1,000.
100.
No, 10 got it, 1,000.
Oh, 1,000.
10, 1,000. Fred White was minus 500. He hasn't got much time for Velo's 1,200.
Solid. Oh, solid's joined. Oh.
1,300 from Tem.
Well, it's not even worth the train ticket.
Oh, this is like the fish and chip shop syndicate, these blokes. Bo and Tem, Jamo and them all stick together. Right, it's with Temujin at 1,300.
Remember the days when you used to buy Jake?
Jamo's not going to start bidding until it gets over $2,000. Looks like Jamo's going to miss out again. It's with Temujin for 1,300. Well, how come that prize pool hasn't gone up over 29,150? It's been stuck on that for that long, it's not funny. It hasn't gone up for the last two players.
It's because it's busted the limit.
Yeah, it's blowing up the bloody...
Blowing the limit. Well, hang on, we'll give us 2 minutes on Jamo.
What's the limit? What do you
Is
mean?
that 10 grand first prize already?
Yeah.
Hang on a sec.
So I said about
Mate,
Rusty
we're
being
looking
able to
at
play.
12 grand for
Big
it.
Rusty's told me we give us
Okay.
we just put it on top of the Calcutta for 4 grand.
Right, we're refreshing the total because it's been stuck on 29,000 for...
15, 50.
Excel problem. Okay, it's now
Yeah, I know it's well over 30.
Yeah.
All right, we've got Mark Robertson's bid 1550,
Just let them know it's over 30,000.
Just tell them.
and the total's well over 30,000.
11,000 for first.
I reckon it's more than that.
So do I. Because I reckon it's stopped.
And we're over 11,000 for the winner, and it's over 5,500 for runner-up.
1,600 from 10.
58's 1,400. All right, and we've still got a lot of money to come yet. All right, what are we up to?
1,600 with 10.
1,600 with Temujin. Geez, these poms stick together, don't they?
Yeah. Well, we blown expectations.
You got a running total on yours, or?
No.
They all hide.
I think it's right. Yeah.
I was sure.
I just haven't calculated those
I
rows.
can do it, but. Oh, actually, hang on.
Right, what are we at? 1,600 with.
Yep, 1,600.
Right, 1,600. We are 1,800 with Robbo. Robbo's jumped in again.
Well, Robbo's got 28 on him, so it's only early.
Right, it's with Robbo at 1,800 or possibly Susie.
Susie might outbid him.
Yeah. I reckon that total is more than what it says up there, but anyway.
Oh, that's what they're saying, Dan. The
Yep.
2,200,
So let's
Justin's
do it.
2,200, it's
Yeah.
top county.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I fixed that.
You added that up,
Yeah.
okay.
But Gus was sold for 22.
22.
Yeah.
Was he?
And the 10 was
Yeah.
31.
He just-
Yeah, but the total's got to be more than that because it was 29 something or other ages ago. Anyway, we'll see what happens over there. Right, where are we at? We've got Reese Godden stop counting at Gus. It's the total stop counting. 1,800 with Robbo we've got, or possibly Susie. We know who wears the pants anyway.
I said it's right now.
Looks correct now.
18.
Jamo 1850. Oh, hang on, here he comes.
He's turned that 10 into a 50 and he's using it so well. Gary C.
He's going to say.
Who's Lil Beard?
Yours.
Mine.
You're on TV, mate, not a bus. Fucking talking about Santa.
I got a good head for radio. Anyway,
See, he's the only one on TV.
I was watching another channel. Jamo's 1850 with himself. 1950 with Robbo.
1850, Robbo.
Right, 1950 with Mark Robertson.
Well, Jamo's just written that he's injured. Last time he won it, he had diarrhea all the way.
Yeah.
So, he's
Actually-
a definite chance of winning it.
Actually, I don't think Jamo's ever got rid of the diarrhea he had when he won Geelong. I think he's still got it.
Wrong hole, but comes out the wrong hole.
Jamo, let us know if you've still got diarrhea or not. Just bid $2,000 and that'll tell us you still have. I had gas. No way.
It was Alex's Uber driver, remember? Only reason he came.
Jamo, we know you're going to bid 2,000, so hurry up and do it. Jamo, 2,000.
2,000 out.
All right, we've got 2,000 from Jamo.
All right, we'll give it 30 seconds.
No one will let Susie win anything.
Don't worry, Susie's going to pick up.
Jamo's bid $2,000. We've got to keep this moving, boys. So $2,000 and we're on 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
It's Jamo at the moment sold to himself. Jamo at $2,000 going once. Going twice. And sold for 2,000. That's more than what Jamo's gone for the last 6 Calcuttas combined.
And he's won. He's won, runner up. He's done a few.
Oh, Susie will be going to town on this bidding.
Now let's see if Mark starts to bid him now or not.
Yeah.
Because if he doesn't, Michael will be texting.
All right,
2050.
next up we've got...
Hang on, Robbo put in a bid of 2,000. Oh, after sold, Robbo. Sorry, mate. Let Robbo know it's up.
Right, here's your fourth to last chance. This bloke...
You.
You let them know? He went in after the sold bid.
Trent.
Who did?
1,000.
Robbo. See the 250, 2050?
Oh,
It was
2050.
after the sold, so Jamo bought him, Robbo.
Yeah, Yeah, sorry.
Move on.
Sorry, Robbo, we already had the sold sign up on him.
Right.
If the sold sign wasn't up there, you'd be all right. But
Michael Scary.
right, so we've got Michael Skerry, back-to-back Australian singles winner, and then was runner-up the following year. So it went that close to a three-peat on the hardest comp in Australia to win, the actual Australian singles champion. Right, what do we got here? We've got 1,050, then Halliday 1,250, now Bowen 1,500 for Michael Skerry.
And Scary will outbid everybody if you mention the 8-ball channel.
Now, Michael wants you all to know about his 8-ball channel that he's got on.
Which also is a major
On YouTube. Yeah, I'm a major sponsor. Exactly.
It's better than
Matty V's gone 2,000. Hilly's Rob Bowen went 1,500. Andrew Hill went 1,800. Matty V's gone 2,000.
You're losing out, Jeff. Bit quicker, Robbo. Bit quicker. Don't wait for the 1, 2, 3. Especially on this one, you don't want to.
All right. So at the moment we've got Matty V on 2,000. How much firewood has he sold lately? Unbelievable in the middle of summer. All right. People might be using it for toothpicks. I don't know. Anyway, Matty V, $2,000 on Michael Skerry. 2,000 we've got on Mick Skerry, back-to-back Australian singles champion, part of the Australian team that won the world title. A world champion, Australian champion.
It was sold before it. We have to go by the writing.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
All right, so we've got 2,000 with Matty V, and we've got to sell him, so we're putting him on the clock. Hilly, you can still jump in. He's at 2,000 with Matty V. This is Michael Skerry, $2,000 with Matty V going once.
Michael Scary should go for more than that. He wants me a full version of darts, Raymond, Ben.
Richard Williams, 2,100. Here comes the king again.
He's taken Gary C's little steps there. Taking it on.
Richard Williams at 2,100 we have for Michael Skerry.
33.
We're over 33,000.
12,000 for the first prize.
Yeah, 12,000 the winner, and we've still got some big names. We haven't got the McCartney and Co.
6,000 for second. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
12,000, 6,000, 3,000 and 1,500. Phew. Not bad Calcutta prizes. I'll give you the money.
100, Michael.
2,100 with Richard Williams we've got.
When you win it, you normally buy yourself, Michael.
It's pretty good without rabbits.
Right, Richard Williams, $2,100 going once.
Pretty good without rabbits money.
This is for world and dual Australian champion Michael Skerry. Back-to-back Australian singles titles. Richard Williams, $2,100 going once, going twice. And sold for $2,100 to Richard Williams. All right. We've got 3 left.
5 left.
Is it?
Yeah. 5. Yeah. Michael Scary was number 60. Now you're in your top
Oh,
5.
sorry, there is 5 left.
Top 5.
Sorry, 5 left. So this is going to be 40,000 or something. This is ridiculous.
In theory, the top 5.
Well, they're 2,000 each, aren't they? All right.
Let's go.
Another dual Australian singles champion, Ben Noonan,
500.
has made the last 8 in the world singles championship.
Gone. Joel War away, 800.
Right, so
Refuse the straight buy.
Scotty Easton, 1,200.
Benny Noonan we've got up now. We started with 800 from Joel Warraway.
He's going
Now we've got Scotty Easton at $1,200. This is going to be well and truly over 2,000 here. I don't think there's going to be anyone under 2,000 left.
15,
Fred White,
15,
First, Fred White first.
Fred White 1500 and then Dan McLean 1500, but Fred White was first.
Shane O'Brien.
800 doesn't work.
800.
We've got 1500. It's with Fred White at the moment. So we've got 1500 with Fred White. This will be another $2,000 job for sure. Ben Noonan can not only win this tournament, he can blow them out of the water. 1700 with Dan McLean, 1800 with Shane O'Brien.
He's won it twice, hasn't
He won the Australian singles twice.
Hasn't he won this point?
Velo will be able to tell us.
What's that, Ben?
Yeah,
I think he's
He
won.
won in
I think
2011.
he's won a.
Early.
Hey Dan,
I think
He's-
he's won it 3 times.
can you make it?
he's won it 3 times and Gus beat him in the final once.
He won it in 2005, beat Paul Hancock.
Do I have your permission to
Night,
put that on?
Fred White, 1900.
Link to it, John.
Fred White 1900.
2011.
1950, Dan McLean.
I wouldn't post it
1950.
without.
1950 Dan McLean.
He's won it twice.
So
You got to
Jake's won it twice and got beaten in the final by Gus another time. 1950 we have with Dan McLean, wasn't it?
2,300.
2300 for Dan O'Brien.
Gus beat him in Geelong in 2015. That's Franco. Good go, Franco.
Yeah, I've already said that.
Oh, sorry. 2,300.
That's Chiara.
No, but it's Franco writing. She said that before.
Oh.
When I said about her
Oh,
okay.
2300 we have for Ben Noonan with Shane O'Brien. 2300 and we're on the clock.
Ask yourself why you can't win it, and you should be adding up more money.
Ben Noonan, one of the best 8 ball players this country's ever seen. Fred White 2400 we have.
Fred White knows his business. He's watched the kid before.
Bella, can you write Danny and Sierra said hi, Franca, because she just wrote hi. Oh, you wrote hi, Franca.
2450 from Dan McLean.
So I thought it was the other way around. Write it to her. Sierra, say hi, Franca.
Is that 2450 with Dan
24
McLean?
Dan McLean.
Hey?
Because they come in between, see?
Oh, that's right.
Pretty decent price, cool, isn't it?
2500 from Shane O'Brien.
Brand new record.
Is it?
And Richard Williams hasn't started yet.
Brand new. Last year was 24.
What's happening here? Does Richard reckons Benny can't play? 2550 from Dan McLean.
Or Robbo. Or Robbo.
Robbo doesn't rate Benny.
Bo, Danny and everyone else there.
Jake used to rate him. I think he still does, just
Dave
quietly.
said you wouldn't lend him any money to bid.
It's 2550 with Dan McLean.
IRA money. Oh, when the rain came down. Lucky we played inside sport.
Is that washing in?
2550.
I think I brought it in, Sierra.
2550 with Dan McLean, and we've got to do this. 2550 going once.
Hey, Dale,
What?
did you just win that washing in for ourselves?
I don't know.
That's
Right.
It's impossible for you to run out of money, Diggy. You can print your own. Anyway, 2550 with Dan McLean, and he's going once, going twice. Start typing, Velo.
Yep.
2540. Robertson.
Robbo, they got it.
It's already 10
Welcome to the
under.
party, Robbo. You know your stuff.
It's already 2550. Robbo, you're a bit short on there. You've taken
Oh, yeah.
Steve's $10 off it. 2550 is the bid. 2600 with Shane O'Brien. 2600 with Shane O'Brien we have.
Did anyone just see that lightning? That many games? He's your grandchild?
2600 with Shane O'Brien going once.
Last fans to get big time.
How's that Robbo bidding $10 short of it? And Richie, did you bid?
Jamo wouldn't give him his 10.
$2,600 going with Shane O'Brien on Benny Noonan going once, going twice, and sold to Shane O'Brien 2,600.
Goodbye.
All right, we're just about on 13,000 for the winner at the moment. We've still got some big heavy hitters yet. So we're going to be well over 40,000. It's Calcutta. This is massive.
15,000 first prize maybe.
Yep, somewhere around there.
Susie's got a bid.
All right. Next up, who we got? We got Mark Robertson. Fancy that. Another Australian singles champion. I'd just like to make a mention of his brother Neil. Just the other day got, I forget the correct terms for it, but he's made an order of the Australian OAM, Australian Order of whatever it is, but
Order of Australia.
yeah, Order of Australia. So well done to Neil Robertson for his services to snooker.
Absolutely.
Now, anyway, we've got Neil's brother. We've got Mark Robertson.
Rob Bowen, 24.
2,400 we have.
He's actually got a better queuing action than Neil Robertson, don't you think?
It's hard to say, especially when.
New bidder, Aaron Kilpatrick, 25. Welcome to the party.
Ronnie O'Sullivan says Neil's got the best queue action he's ever seen.
Hi, Pedal.
All right, so what do we do here? We had
Order of Australia, that's right, mate.
Velo 1,500, Steve Halliday 2,000, Velo 2,200, Rob Bowen 2,400, Adam Kilpatrick 2,500.
Aaron, yep.
Yeah, Mark Robertson, Order of Australia, yeah.
And well deserved, mate.
Exactly, very, very well deserved.
Very proud.
Oh, Pedal.
Maddie versus
Oh
Rob
my
Fucking
God.
hope we don't lose.
All right, so we're at 2,500 with Aaron Kilpatrick. This is for Mark Robertson. Mark with a C, don't get confused.
We can do that.
One of the best pool players I've seen in Australia. Mark Robertson, $2,500.
So we're going to put a 60.
And we're going to be well and truly over 40,000. This is going to be $15,000 to whoever buys the winner of this tournament. So when you look at that, $2,500, you're still getting 6-to-1 concession. It'll be better than that by the time we go. 6-to-1 concession about one of the best players that's ever picked up a cue in Australia.
What's going on?
Robbo's a bit disappointed because there's still a half photo of Jake in the picture there, John. He'd like it taken off.
Well, actually,
He'd like it cropped better.
yeah.
Things up next photo.
Although he does pay Jake credit for winning a major tournament.
All I know is they're both in the Australian team that won the world title, so good luck to them.
There you go.
Anyway, here we go. We've got Mark Robson. That's who it's all about at the moment. 2,500, we've got to sell him. So Mark Robson at 2,500 with Aaron Kilpatrick.
Jamo 26.
Jamo 2,600.
Susie, you nearly need to come in now. Just get over Jamo.
Jamo at 2,600 for Mark Robertson. Come on, boys, if you're going to bid, jump in because we've got to sell these people. We've still got 4 more to go.
30 seconds.
It's Jamo at $2,600 on Mark Robertson going once.
If you want to buy someone, this is a good buy, folks.
Can definitely win this tournament. Jamo, 2,600 going twice.
Looks like the Calcutta Australia.
Everybody's run out of money. These new blokes have come in. Jamo's still got his $10 note. And it looks like it's sold to Jamo for 2,600.
Oh, Jamo with the smart buy there. Very smart buy. Sold.
Sold?
Yeah.
Right,
3 to go.
3 to go.
Oh, look at the photo. Hey, Robbo's in half the photo here. What's going on here?
Oh, Rob, hey, get out of that photo, Rob, hey.
World champions.
It's just cropped the other side.
Steve Halliday.
Right, Steve Halliday, 2,500. Velo, 20. Oh, Jamo was sold for 2,600. Sorry.
Yeah, Steve
Um,
Halliday.
Hang on, we've got to go back to the business.
That was Jomo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
26. And Steve Halliday.
All right, third to last, we've got Jake McCartney, who has won this tournament, what, 5 times?
6, I think.
6?
In both venues.
I think he's lost count himself. All I can see on that page is Jake McCartney, Jake McCartney, Jake McCartney.
3,000.
2,
Oh,
3,
Rob Bowen,
fine.
3,000.
5. He's run at 5.
He won it when he was 12 years old, didn't he?
11.
Just before Barry.
No. 5 and runner up
Who
to
won 24?
5 and runner up to Robbo in 23.
There you
Right,
go.
so next
That's
up,
why they're in the photo together.
we've got Jake McCartney, who's won this tournament 5 times.
2,700 Aaron
Rob
Kilpatrick.
Bowen's got 3 grand.
Rob Bowen's 3.
Rob Bowen's bid 3,000.
Jake Robertson. Yes, Robbo. Not a bad double act.
Ah, shit, I've got to spend some money sometime. 3,200.
No.
JR, 3,200.
Oh.
He wants to throw some money around. Just write Charlie, 3,200.
Charlie?
All right, so we had Steve Halliday at 2,500. We had Rob Bowen at 3,000. Aaron Kilpatrick 2,700. And I've just bid 3,200. So it's Jake McCartney at 3,200, 5 times winner of this tournament. He's changed his game to
China.
Richard Williams 3,400. Jake's changed from ultimate pool. He's now playing Chinese 8 ball, which is going to be his main goal. But that certainly won't stop him from winning this tournament. Played incredibly well last week at Mildura, but then all of a sudden, who was it? Jack. Jack went bang bang and put it out off Jake's dry break and off his own break and knocked him out. What do we got here? Richard Williams, 3,400 we have at the moment.
And Blancs for him last year. You won the...
Yeah, he did too.
You won the
But
Blancs.
Reese put him out.
Hey, Jake.
He got angry and won the box.
Yep. Jake won the Blancs comp last year after his brother-in-law knocked him out in the first round, Reese Godden.
He's raring to go.
I think that's the first Blancs comp Jake's ever won, actually, because he doesn't normally get beaten that early in the comp.
By the way, just on a side note, that's the highest bid so far, 3,400, beating 10 at 3,000. I think that was the
Right, we've got Richard Williams at 3,400.
3,200.
No, 4 grand.
Who?
Jake.
Oh, man. The previous
Just letting you know, at the moment, the pool is over 41,850. If you purchase the winner, you're getting over 15,000. We've still got a few to go. Second prize is 7,500. Third and fourth is 3,700. And fifth to eighth is 1,800. So 3,400, you need him to make the top 4. And for a bloke that's won it 5 times in the past, that's certainly a huge chance. So Jake McCartney, we've got $3,400 to possibly win well over 15,000 concession. So you're still getting over 4 to 1, well, around 4 to 1 your money concession. Jake McCartney, $3,400 with Richard Williams. And we've got to sell him.
30 seconds.
Jake McCartney, $3,400 going once, 35 from Charlie Hawk. The kid was back. Oh, Jake McCartney just bid 3,500 on himself.
Check your cards. I reckon he's grabbed your cards before you left.
Jake's bid 3,500 on himself, but Charlie just got in first. So Charlie Hawk holds the bid at 3,500. Dan McLean, 3,550. We're going to have a 4,000. Richard Williams, 36.
36, Jakey, I'll text Charlie.
Jake's getting overpaid if he's bid 3,500.
737.
3,700 from Dan McLean. We're over 42,000. 3,700 with Dan McLean. If Dan McLean beats King Richard and King Charlie, 3,900 with King Richard. What about King Charlie? Come on, you're back on board, son. Can't take it with you.
Who's going to put 4 on the board? Or Dan?
Dan McLean, 39.50.
Records breaking here. 4 grand gets it. It's Kira, Jamo. She's got his Facebook. Yeah.
Right, it's Dan McLean at 39.50. We're guaranteed we're going to get over 4 grand here. What's the highest bid on anyone at the moment? Was
3, 10.
Was 3 on 10. Yeah. Right, 39.50 we have. There's only one Jake McCartney. We got something you ain't got. We got Jake McCartney. Charlie Hawk 4,000. That's it, Charlie.
Charlie Hawk, the biggest
yeah, have a look in the other pillow, Charlie. You'll be able to go to 8. 4,050 from Dan McLean.
There's a syndicate out that way. They've seen Jakey play a couple of times.
We got something.
Put up with this, mate.
We got something you ain't got. We got Jake McCartney. 4,050. Come on, King Charlie. What about King Richard?
Yeah, Matty Farrell's chucking in 250 with King Richard, I think. I'm not sure what that's.
Jake McCartney is held by Dan McLean at the moment, 4,050. We've got to keep this moving.
The first prize is 15,300.
4,200 from Richard Williams. 4,200.
Oh, Dickie, you know.
4,200. Bit over 3-1 concession.
42,650 for the total.
4,200.
And we still got 2. We still got 2 seats.
Told you Jake goes for 5 grand. Dan McLean, 42.50. So Jake's gone for 10% of the total pool. It's with Dan McLean for 42.50. Oh, hang on. Jake, is that a 5K bid? Was that a 5K bid? No. No, Richard Williams at 4,300 at the moment holds the bid. 4,400 from Dan McLean. He's dropped off the $50 bids. $4,400 with Dan McLean. 45 with Richard. 45 with Richard. I thought he'd run out of money, but he's been to the print press.
Saying and doing different things, mate.
4,500 on Jake McCartney. 5-time winner, 45.50. Back comes Dan with the $50 bids. Richard will go 5 grand and blow him out of the water. Come on, King Richard. Come on, Dickie.
Is Dickie from Gold Coast?
No,
Gold Coast versus Gippsland.
little bit further north.
Okay. Gippsland's a bit east.
Come on, Richard. 45.50 with Dan McLean.
44,500 might get it.
4,600 with Richard.
46 might get it.
4,600. This will go to 5,000.
Jake, start practicing, mate.
They both know Jake's the favourite. 5-time winner. 4,700 from Dan. Come on, Richard. 5 grand. Don't be shy.
Break records.
Otherwise, King Charlie will be back in.
Because this kid's breaking records on the table.
Come on, King Charlie. You can do it. 4,700 with Dan. And what happened here? What happened to Rabbit?
Is Rabbit still on?
Rabbit's gone underground.
He's burrowed.
He's too busy running away from the ferrets.
He's burrowed.
Gerbils or ferrets?
Gerbils. He's not keen on the gerbils either. Come on, a Rabbit.
30 seconds.
Dan McLean on 4,700. We've got to sell him. 30 seconds. Jake McCartney, 5-time winner, $4,700 with Dan McLean going once. 4,900 with Richard. He wants to. Has anyone ever seen a $5,000 bid? Come on, Dan.
This is where Charlie comes in.
This is where you got to show. Come on, Charlie. Rabbit.
The big Charlie.
5K.
5K, here we have it. 5,000 for Jake McCartney. Richard's out of money. Richard's out of money. He doesn't want to spend that much and not have the winner. Richard's got to keep going. He can't let the winner go.
Can't pull off now, no.
Yeah. Otherwise, he spent all that money on second, third, fourth, and fifth. Don't worry, he'll still win if he gets second, third, fourth, and fifth. All right, we've got to sell him. It's with Dan McLean at 5K. What a bid. Dan McLean, 5,000 on Jake McCartney going once.
We'll let Jamo put in 10.
51.
5,100 from Richard.
Yes, he has.
Richard's gone 5,100.
Jamo, we'll take your $10 bid.
If Jake makes the final won't take as long as it took to sell him. 5,100 we have from Richard Williams. 5,105. No, Dan, we can't take that, sorry. It's minimum $50 bids.
I think he meant to write 50, so we'll give him a chance. He probably meant to write 51.50.
Diggy Duck, $20 in my sports bet. I chucked $20 in my sports bet. Right,
Dan, we're waiting for you, mate. Did you make, was the bid supposed to be 21.50? 2200.
5,200 from Dan.
200. Good man, Dan.
And Richard's got to keep going because he can't afford it. He can't afford not to have Jake.
Yep.
5,200 is the current bid
Jake's got
with
the
Dan.
party at the moment.
5,200 with Dan. Come on, Richard.
And speaks to heavy, or 53.
5,300 from Richard.
With the sign
And
down
he's
there,
pleading with Dan to stop.
Yeah.
Dan, just stop. Where's the please, Richard? Bit of manners.
They could have went ours.
You could have said, please, Dan.
Richard Williams, 5,300.
53.50.
53.50.
That's how we meant to write it. 50 instead of 05.
53.50 with Dan. Richard's got to blow him out with a 5,500, I think.
I think it's got
5,500 will do it, Richard. You know you need him. 5,500, here he is. Richard Williams, 5,500, we've got to sell him. 30 seconds, Dan.
He's got you on loudspeaker.
5,500 we have for Jake McCartney, the 5-time winner. $1,100 for every time he's won it. It's with Richard Williams for $5,500 going once. 5,500 going twice. And start typing, Mello. And sold to Richard Williams for 5,500. Well done, Dan, for getting him up there.
That is a huge bid, Dickie.
Yeah, big.
That is a huge,
Oh, no.
No good.
Yeah.
It did go before, but it's 55.55, which is only.
It's not a legal bid.
Yeah, it is.
No, it was.
It's $55 more.
Eh?
It's $55 more.
Oh, Jesus. As Velo, he hadn't written up the sold.
Yeah, I did. Sold Diggy 550.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he already bid 5,555.
Didn't put the number in properly. Dickie put in 5,500, right?
It was a
And
legal
then
bid.
Dan McLean put in 5,555 before we put sold.
It's Rob Bowen saying legal bid as well.
It's a legal bid.
All right, yeah. It looks like
It's 5,555
we've been doing it all night. The bid came up
before sold.
before the sold went up. So
Dickie?
the bid does stand.
Yeah.
So the bid is currently with Dan at, look, forget the last five. It's
56.
56. Richard's
5,600 with Richard we have.
Richard's fixing it. There we go. So the bid's at 56.
The bid's at 5,600 with Richard.
And we've got to move on, folks. You've got 30 seconds.
Right. I know $5 increments.
No, it was 55.
Oh, 50.
Yeah, maybe fair no, $5.
$5.
It was 55, mate, because he had 50.
Dan McLean, 5,700.
And Dan put in 5.
Dan's bid 5,700.
57.
57, so it was 55. That Matty Farrell can't count.
58.
58, Dickie. Oh my God, this is crazy.
58 from Dickie, and we're over 44,000.
Jakey, stop training.
We're going to be up over 50,000 here.
Right now you're a sure thing.
Who are these last two? Can they play?
No, I'll tell you now, for anybody who wants to make money on the Calcutta,
59.
those last two bids are going to be worth it now.
Yeah.
Look at the money, mate.
5,900 from Dan. Jake McCartney, please stop. 5,900 from Dan. Richard's got to go 6 grand.
McCartney, they've never rated you. Don't worry
We've
about
never had a $6,000 bid.
it. Oh my goodness, man.
It's 5,900 with Dan McLean.
Whether he wins or not, you can go down in history as a $6,000 bid. Ooh,
5,900 and Richard's got a bid.
8,000 for second.
$5,900 with Dan. 6,000 from Richard. Enough is enough. I need another job after this. Right, $6,000 with
Dickie.
Richard. 6,100 with Dan.
Halliday.
This is like that movie. What was it called? The Never-Ending Story.
No more.
6,100. 6,100 with Dan.
Fear of missing out, Dad said. He doesn't like to lose.
Yeah.
Neither does Dickie, I think, so we're onwards. We're moving onwards.
My missus having a heart attack.
She hasn't seen all the other bids, Dickie.
I've got the defibrillator still here.
Don't worry about this bid.
63.
Oh my God.
6,300 from Richard.
Oh, hello.
That's got to do it. Surely Dan can't handle
Jake,
that.
Stop watching, Jake. Stop watching.
6,300. Dan can't handle that.
Oh,
Hang on. Take it to bed, Diggy. 6,300. Any harder? Hang on. King Charles might come back in. The rabbit's gone to bed.
oh wow. That's a small car.
6,500 from Dan. 6,500.
Hey, John, what are you doing?
We are in bed, Dan. He's doing a bit of business in between bids. 6,600 from Richard. Oh, no one's going to give up here.
We're a bit stunned at the sports centre here.
Yeah, Steve Halliday, the bloke didn't make it past the first round last year. Richard Williams.
You can't make money on him winning blogs.
Right, 6,600 we have from Richard.
Oh, wow. 30 seconds.
Yeah, we've got to keep this going.
These other two blokes that are seated higher, they're a bit dirty. They're waiting for their shot.
It's just a job. Precious for tyres. Do you lot understand odds? 6,600 from Richard, and we've got to sell him. So $6,600 going once.
Dan's out.
Dan's out. I'm out. All right, $6,600 for Jake going once, going twice, and sold to Diggy for 6,600.
Dickie's missus just left the room.
Right, we're up over 45,000, lads. It's over 16,000 to the winner. Over twice as much as what it was last year. And we've still got a couple to sell.
And no red eyes.
You have the finalists.
And the last two are in this syndicate with Timogen and fucking Jamo, so anything could happen.
And these are the two favourites from last year. The eventual winner and runner-up.
Right, yeah.
Rob Bowen beat Mark Owens.
Right. All right, we've got Mark Owens. What do we got? Well, if he's not worth 2,000 now, he's not worth a penny after that.
What's wrong?
Look, my mouse won't work.
Has anyone got any bids here?
600, Reese Godden.
Reese Godden, 600 on Mark Owens.
Control the scope.
1,000 Gemmo.
1,000 from Jamo.
Oh yeah, we can read that from here. 1,200
1200 Shane O'Brien. This is the runner-up from last year, so he's the defending runner-up. Semi-finalist in the last tournament last weekend in Mildura, Mark Owens. 1300 from Paul Pike. 1500 from Temujin. 1500 from Robert Doyle, but we already had 1500 from Temujin.
Is that live?
The value for money here says this bloke has to go over 2,000. 1750 from Shane O'Brien.
You got further than Jake last week.
And this is going to be worth over $17,000 to the winner. So, yeah, you're still getting 10-1 concession. 1800 from Robert Doyle.
Rob Doyle's a new bidder.
He's playing.
1800 from Robert Doyle we have.
Rob
Must
Doyle's
be,
playing.
Must be Australian.
The more you bid, the more you win. 1800 from Robert Doyle. It definitely looks like this is going to be $50,000. Last year's winner's still to go, and we're at just on 47,000 now.
Start the clock.
Robert Doyle, $1,800. Has anyone got 2,000 out there? This is for last year's runner-up and
Last week,
semi-finalist last week in Mildura. Went further than Jake McCartney last week.
What happened to the Hobart syndicate?
Shane O'Brien's out.
Shane O'Brien.
Right,
So
2,000 we have from Matty V.
Yeah, so no way, Matty.
Matty V's come to party. Anthony Hill, 1,900, a little bit late. Hilly, Matty's got it with $2,000.
We'll get to
2,100 might get it. 2,050 from Robert Doyle.
There you go.
2,200 from Scott Fraser.
New bidder.
New blood. 2,200 we have from Scott Fraser.
Matty Marks.
That's Scott Fraser.
Yeah.
People in the know following Mark.
Well, this
Didn't
could
Mark made the final.
2250. This could be a 2,500 job. Robert Doyle, 2250.
Final or
Semis. You lost to Jake.
2,500 might just about do it.
2250, Robert Doyle.
Check must run on fire.
Right, mate. He just wrote down a little bit of the file.
Robert Doyle, 2250 going once.
Yeah. We plays regularly.
Robert Doyle, 2250 going twice.
The old boys, mate, anyway.
And here we go. Robert Doyle successful, 2250 sold.
Hang on, mate. I'll just check something. So it wasn't been sold what?
2250, Robert Doyle. So that leaves us Rob Bowen.
Rob Bowen, last year's champion.
Yep.
Victorian captain, Australian captain, Australian rep this year.
What do you say? Australian captain? He's not Australian captain.
Sorry, Victorian captain.
No.
Nationals champions captain.
2,700 off of 50 grand.
All right, lads, you got to dig deep here. We need 2,700 to get to 50 grand. We've never been to 30 grand before. Now we're looking at 50 grand.
Start it there, please.
15 with
What was
our
that last bid?
We're over double what last year was. So this
22.
2250.
this
200 for Steve Halliday right now.
this cost of living has really got expensive if you start buying people in Calcutta's.
Rob Bowen right now. 25 from Rob Bowen on himself.
Rob Bowen, 2,500 on himself,
Drinking out of the bottle.
and he's on his 8th bottle of red.
But now he's left the glass on the table. He's all out.
He's broken all the glasses. He's necking the bottle. 2,500 from Rob Bowen, 200 more, and we're at 50,000.
Can't say the bloke ain't backing himself, folks.
2,500 on the defending champion, the Victorian captain of the winning Australian national team.
And Australian rep.
Made the Australian team, got selected to represent Australia at the World Titles. And he's also, most importantly, Gus DiGiorgio's doubles partner.
And helps him with his meal preparation.
So what cue is he using?
1,500.
We've already got 2,500, Shane.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh. Shane, you'll be behind.
We've got 2,500 from himself, from Rob Bowen. We need 2,700 to get to 50,000.
Rob Bowen should be going for more. He's using a rack here.
Surely someone's got.
Rob Bowen's telling you he's using the rack cue. Put it
Gets us to 50 grand.
Put it this way, it's since he got this new cues when he's been having all his success.
Yeah. Adelaide did the right thing by him on the way home.
Rob Bowen's on himself at 2,500. 2,700. Here we have Charlie Hawk's come to the party.
50 grand.
And Hilly's come 2,700 as well.
Charlie's got
We've got the 50,000 up.
Oh, Lordy.
Refresh the total so we get the 50,000 up.
27.
And it's worth 18,000 to the winner, 9,000 for second, 4,500 for third, 22.50 for fifth to eighth. And Valo's just made $5 grand.
I'm reading Gary C's
Expressly
comment.
hosted by YouTube legends, the presenter reminds me of Storky Pete,
The story from
Inspector from Toy Story 2. You'll get to watch that in a while. Story 2. Charlie will explain.
Who's Storky Pete?
Only in terms of resemblance.
Prospector from Toy Story 2. Only in terms of resemblance.
All gone quiet.
I'm going to have to watch Toy Story 2 now.
All right.
All right, where are we? 2,700 we had from Charlie Hawk first.
Anthony
Hilly.
Anything to it?
Yeah, Hilly, unfortunately you were just beaten to the punch by Charlie Hawk.
The 28 will probably get it. Seconds.
Velo Jurlik, Storky Pete, a big chance in the Bronx. Is that me he's talking about? I nearly won the Bronx last week. I'm getting...
Exactly, runner of the block.
Steve Halliday, Evan has just decided to donate 3,000 back to the main prize. Velo Jurlik, bid with Charlie, 2,700.
You just keep bidding, Stephen. No need for you to control anything. Great effort, everyone. 50,000.
Rob, I reckon Dicko spent 15,000.
Yeah, and
If he gets the winner, he'll get 18,000.
a lot of it was for you, for Susie jumping in there, Robbo, helping you out getting into the twos. Helped a lot of the way.
Yeah, if he gets the first two, he'll get 27,000 and nearly double his money.
Yep.
Right, it's at 2,700. We've got to wrap this up. We've made the 50,000. We don't care anymore. It's with Charlie Hawk at $2,700. With Charlie Hawk at $2,700. Going once.
Last bids, folks.
Going twice. And sold to Charlie Hawk for $2,700. Well done and thank you everybody that participated. You've all been part of a record Calcutta, well and truly record. Over double what it was last year. And just reiterating, the prizes are, first prize, the winner will get, the winner of the buyer of the winner will get $18,000. Second will get $9,000. Third and fourth will get $4,500. And fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth will get $22.50 each. So if you bid anywhere under $22.50 and your bloke makes the last eight, you're in profit. Thanks very much, everyone.